Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Northman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Northman.
Well, this series,
it's been everything we thought it might be.
Pomerantz deals. Fly ball left center. Crow Armstrong is on the move. He's running out of room. It's gone! William Contreras gives the Brewers a 1-0 lead.
No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness.
Middle of the order coming up for the Cubs, the 1-0. Fly ball right center. That is trouble. Back is Perkins, and it is gone. Into the Cubs bullpen, a solo homer for Seiya Suzuki. A drive out to left. It is back. Half at the track at the wall. Bye-bye baseball. Long live Andrew Vaughn. And Terang, a fly ball to center. Crow Armstrong's back at the track. It is gone. Bryce Terang, an October moment, gives the Brewers insurance here in the 7th.
No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness.
Patrick trying to send the Brewers to the bottom of the 7th with a 2-1 lead, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! He struck him out! Chased a cutter off the plate away. Chad Patrick retires all 5 he faces tonight. Uribe deals to Carson Kelly. Swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it. And the Brewers are going to the championship series. They take 3 of 5 from the Chicago Cubs. And the Brewers have a date with the Dodgers.
We find ways to win. Like sometimes we win with little ball, they say. Sometimes we pitch great. Sometimes we hit homers.
The city of Milwaukee is on fire tonight.
And now they get another chance Monday night against the Dodgers right here.
You better damn believe it. You better damn believe it.
No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter.
It is a great day to be alive on this Monday. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust, alongside the boys in their jerseys. Got my sweatshirt, nice cozy. Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman, fellas.
Listen, I'm excited. Saturday.
Oh, you are?
No, I mean Saturday.
I hope so.
Saturday was fantastic. I was on pins and needles. I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting down between the couch, kind of quiet there. I was walking around. I was dipping my pepper. I cut up some peppers and was eating them with some dip. Very unhealthy.
Pepper?
Yeah, peppers. I just cut some red pepper.
Not unhealthy.
He
Why
probably,
is that unhealthy?
Well, because
the
you know
ranch.
how much dip he
Y'all
uses.
know how I get down with the ranch. Dip, the Chipotle.
The dip to pepper ratio is probably 50-50 of each bite.
Had to douse it in. I was, but you know what I also was doing? Yeah! Because I was celebrating my Milwaukee Brewers winning a playoff series, but also going to the Nlcs for the first time since
You're a
2018.
tough one to figure out.
Who, me?
Yeah, because you are such a passionate individual.
Yeah.
I saw a video of you celebrating the final out.
Yes, sir.
Was that exaggerated in any capacity?
No way.
You can ask baby
No
girl.
way.
I've told you, I get yelled at by my entire life. I have been yelled at by
Remember?
my loved ones.
Kyle,
I know.
Kyle's parents. From
Yeah,
young
but I
age.
wanted to know if he was playing it up a little
Do
bit.
you recall?
No, I just said you're a hard one to figure out because you're so passionate.
No, not at all.
The Kenny
Not at all.
Clark draft pick? That was the same energy we got
Oh, that's right.
Do y'all recall?
Kenny Clark!
Remember when we blocked the field goal? I didn't even know it was being recorded. Blocked the field goal, and I got up and I ran out like I was just about to run on the field, like I won a damn championship or something. I can't help it. I love my sports teams, and the Brewers made me so happy on Saturday.
I'm so glad the Brewers made me happy, too. The only thing that can really cover up a disastrous loss from my beloved Wisconsin Badgers is, of course, the Milwaukee Brewers beating the Craig Counsell-led Chicago Cubs. First series win since 2018, as Kyle said, and a big date with destiny in the LA Dodgers. So every part of that game. See, when the Brewers got the Cubs matchup, I thought I would get a little bit of joy out of beating the Cubs, right? That you want to give it to the Wrigley fans and all that, but honestly, I didn't even care who it was that we won the series. I thought I was going to love dance down the graves of the Cubs. I could care less.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, right?
Speak for yourself. Yeah, Floodale.
I was filled with so much joy that the Brewers just got their win and moved on. It didn't matter who it was. So it was a great evening. Sets up for a great week.
It didn't feel a little extra special being against not only the Cubs, who we do not
You
like.
don't have to ask the question. It was extra special.
Council
A little extra special.
Well,
a little.
Our bags are packed. Get ready to go LA.
Brad's a former professional athlete, that would take the contract for any money.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
he sees a little Craig Counsell in himself.
Nah, not me.
we all do.
Not me. Loyalty, baby. This is why, when I said 2 years ago, I ain't taking the money, this is why. Because now he looks stupid while he's laughing to the bank.
He does.
Alex Stroh's running the show. UKBN Nation, as always, 800-990-3776. Liss is more with Carbless. You can also see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Look, it is, I think the way we did frustrations about Game 4 heading into Game 5, just about the series, we get about 30 minutes. I still think there is an opportunity here to celebrate what they did on Saturday and what this whole series was about, because I continue to just think in my head, like, who is the MVP of that series for the Brewers? Because there are a million answers, and I keep coming back to two people specifically in my brain. So if anyone has like the answer, I'm willing to hear it. 800-990-3776, because I do want to spend some time at least remembering the journey to get here, and then we head towards this journey tonight, which is absolutely insane. That last time we were talking to each other was gearing up for a Saturday night, and then it felt like I blinked and we're here, and a 7 o'clock first pitch, 7:08 will be here before we know it.
Yeah, it's easy for me. When I think about who the MVP of this series was, yes, William Contreras played great. Jackson Chourio had his moments as well. But there's one guy that pops out to me, Andrew Vaughn. And the reason why I say Andrew Vaughn is the journey of him getting here. But then in the most clutch moment, to put the Milwaukee Brewers up in this game. It's tied 1-1. But here comes a guy in Andrew Vaughn that not anybody in this room even thought about in March or April. We didn't think about Andrew Vaughn, but now he's playing the hero for the Milwaukee Brewers, hitting multiple home runs in this series. But in that clutch moment, to be able to put the Brewers up 2-1, and our pitching staff able to protect that lead. Shout out to Bryce Harang for, padding on to that. But that was a huge moment in Game 5. When you expected it to be guys like Jackson Chourio, when you expected it to be guys like Christian Yelich, it was a guy, Andrew Vaughn, who, based off this season, this is what he's done. He's been big in big moments. He's hit well for this team. So for me, Andrew Vaughn is the series MVP because he came up biggest when you needed him.
I'm in between two, and Matt on the Carbless Talking text line has one of my two. We'll see if Brad goes with one of my two.
Yeah, maybe it's one of your two. William Contreras. He is, for me, you talk about a guy let's talk about from the plate, right? Hits 2 home runs, has a 983 OPS, and just a guy that in the clutch moments, he had his best going on. We needed Chourio, Yelich, Contreras, Vaughn. We needed our big bats to stick up and be able to actually, produce some runs. Not everybody rose to that occasion, but William Contreras was one of them that did. But not only at the plate, guys, from the guys on the mound, the revolving doors of starting pitchers, and you go from these lengthy bullpen games, and even in Game 5 when you put up Miz and Chad Patrick, who do you think is the guy that's helping dictate the flow of the pitch count? Who's things calming everybody down? You throw 2 rookies up there to take up that many innings and be able to go through all the different pitchers. William Contreras, the steadying force of the various pitchers you throw out there for the different needs of the ball game. So to me, offensively and defensively, he has been the thread that has been able to be the heartbeat of this team. So to me, it's William Contreras. He's going to need to keep that going against the Dodgers if they're going to go to the World Series.
Yeah, I had Wild Bill, and I also had Chad Patrick. What Chad Patrick did in the moments that he was brought in, Aaron Ashby gets you 2 on. He did get the first out before Chad Patrick came in, but he pitched in 4 games and was absolutely electric from a guy. Again, you mentioned the who sort of factor. Like, could you imagine if I told you that Andrew Vaughn and Jacob Mizorowski and Chad Patrick
will be
the day after or the weekend after we're talking about beating the Cubs in the NLCS, that these are the names? Not Jackson Chourio, not Christian Yelich. We're talking about Chad Patrick, Andrew Vaughn, and again on the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776. Liss is more. The Miz. The Miz just went under the radar.
He stepped
because
up.
What he did in game 2, but more importantly, getting through 4 innings in Game 5 was
incredible,
unbelievable, considering he gave up the bomb right away.
And y'all know I text y'all, I was mad.
You were real mad.
I didn't want him in a situation where we did not have any type of cushion. I wanted a cushion, and he came in there, he did that. I was mad, but he shut me up quick.
Let's go to Levi in Stevens Point. I won't have you on hold for 82 minutes this time. We'll get to you right away. Levi, what's going on? You're on with Kyle Brust and Ortman.
Yo, what is up, fellas? I'm glad I'm not waiting 82 minutes last week. Anyway. But, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm just waiting for a Brewers or something.
Oh, yeah, and I kind of feel a little weird, Doctor, when I was saying, yeah, and you kind of cut me off last week, Benny, too, when I was trying to say about the Brewers. But, anyway. By the way, nice haircut, Ben, if I'm not mistaken. I see on YouTube.
Thank you, Levi. What do you got for us,
Levi,
man?
you got to get straight to the point, baby. Let's celebrate.
All right. I'll be quick because I know clock management better than Jason Woolley, but I still love Woolley. But anyway. Oh, he might hear that tomorrow. Woolley.
Oh, my God, okay. Levi, just say it, damn it.
Oh, okay, Ben. Settle down, man. Here I go. Let's go, Brewers, and beat those evil Dodgers out in 6. Let's go.
There it is.
Okay, there
Levi.
I mean, it took us 5 minutes, but we
Brewers
got there. Taking Jason Woolley out while doing that.
Josh and
the spray of observations from Levi was just.
Let's keep it rolling here. Josh and Kenosha, what do you got here on the Carbus Talking text line?
Hey, fellas, I know you're feeling wonderful after that. Hey.
Hell yeah.
No hard feelings here. It was a great series. You guys earned it. You deserved it. As I told Strofe and Joshy on Saturday, Mizorowski or Vaughn, probably for me, as the MVP. Mizorowski was lights out for 4 innings, Game 5. He was great in Game 2. Vaughn with a couple monster home runs.
No doubt, man. They came through when needed.
Resentment from some Cubs fans. Both a good chunk of us are going to support the Brewers. I am. My dad is. Can't stand the Dodgers. Beat L.A. Beat L.A.
Yeah.
Aaron Ashby is going to get the nod as the opener.
Oh.
I know.
I'm a little nervous about that.
A little nervous.
Look.
I was nervous Game 5. He's been shaky.
I heard some people say his name should be Aaron Ashby.
That's what I was thinking.
I heard some people say that. It wasn't me that said that, but I did hear some people say that. Aaron Ashby.
I was sitting down in between the couch because I was nervous. And I was thinking, listen, Aaron Ashby, I'm going to call you Aaron Ashby the way you pitching right now in Game 5.
Let's real quick. Let's go to Nate in Orlando, Florida on the Carbus Talking text line. You're with Kyle Brust and Ortman. Nate, you're up.
Is this me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry about that. I don't know how I missed you guys. Yeah, so this is my deal. I have a little bit of a plea to, Brewers fans, to Wisconsin sports fans. I hear so much negativity about things that I just don't understand. So obviously the Brewers take games 1 and 2. There seemed to be some expectation we're just going to sweep the Cubs out. Wrigley being one of the toughest places on the road to play. And it's really, a David and Goliath series, just like this one versus the Dodgers is going to be. Difference being Cubs only spend double what the Brewers spend instead of 3x what the Brewers spend like the Dodgers do. And my thing is just, okay, so the Brewers go on a 14-game win streak in August. They don't have a lot to play for the rest of the year. And I just heard so many people be so negative about the Brewers basically playing 500 baseball after that 14-game win streak. Like, it was unbelievable. I'm like, these guys, they're going to still win the most games in baseball. They did their job. They get the 1 seed. And then that leads them to obviously win this series against the Cubs because, nobody won on the road. Home field was what did it for them. So I absolutely believe they can beat the Dodgers. But if they don't and something comes up, it's a great season. The Dodgers spend 3 times what the Brewers spend.
So hang on, Nate. You're saying to be positive, and then already looking and finding the excuses for if they lose. Like I'm just not there right now.
I'm so tired of everyone
I know
saying that.
that they are 3X and they defer money for. Like I get it all, but why are we? I've seen this from Sam Decker on Twitter. I don't know why we're building in like too much of this. Like they are bigger. Where Dave like the Brewers are the best team in baseball, and Pat Murphy is leading this team, and I'm ready to drag the Dodgers into a 7-game series of war with Pat Murphy. Drag them to the deep end. Who cares what their payroll is? Your team is good. You earned the opportunity, like he just said. He said a lot of good things, but I don't know why we're doing like the whole like woe is me right now before this series is even started.
Defending World Series champion.
That's great.
They're very good, but
we know they're great.
But the Brewers are great.
But we have to act like the best team in baseball. And you just got out of a series, and you haven't done that in forever. And that doesn't mean you stop. There are bigger things to go ahead here. Yes, do they have a bigger payroll and more bats, to so to speak, that have more power? Is it going to be a challenge? Absolutely. Are you the favorites? No. But that has been the story of the entire year. Even when the Brewers were number one, they still were number one on the TV for highlights. So just keep doing what you're doing. This is. I don't want to build in they have a 3X payroll to our 1X. Yeah, they do. I get that. But they're also playing at home and have an opportunity to show how great they are again.
Yeah, I mean, the Brewers are the best team in baseball. They have been all year. And when it comes to a payroll, listen, that helps you with roster building, but you got to play the actual game. You know what I mean? Like, there are upsets all the time, and you look at this team, and I think the Brewers are better off when they are underdogs. I've loved the ability of the Brewers to work their way up to the best team in baseball with the underdog mentality. I think they're just fine as the favorite, but I think they're at their best when the world is against them, thinking that the Dodgers are going to be this, this gift from heaven. I think the Brewers are well situated to go in and move the momentum they took from the Cubs series and surprise the world in LA. These are guys that are sort of, I'm not going to say diva-esque, but you're right. They're the defending world champions from last year. It would be so easy to overlook the Brewers. That's exactly where you want them.
Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, we're all going to be here till 5 o'clock together. We got a lot to get to because the opener has been named and Aaron Ashby starting for the Brewers today. Who does it mean follows? I don't know. We all thought it was going to be Priester in game 2.
And Pat we trust.
And that didn't happen. So
why are they starting Ashby?
We'll get to that in a second.
Pat we trust.
We will get to that in a second because I'm not going to lie. My phone's blown up. I'm sure Strofe and all of us and YouTube are asking. The text line is asking. So let's just get to that right away. Let's get to the fact that Aaron Ashby is opening for this Brewers team and what does it mean today? And a whole lot more to get to on Kyle Bruston-Ortman. Brewers!
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
Do you think?
I'd say
no.
I just want one quick thing here, Strofe, before we get out here. I'd say I think I want less positivity and more confidence. I think that's what I want moving forward. Next.
Now you're going to break? Didn't even give me time to fix it. What are you doing back there?
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN.
Well, the dance floor specifically. I'm still sore, man. I dance my booty off.
Well, you don't have muscles. You don't have a booty, so I don't know how you dance that. You ask your back off. Your back.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
You can win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love. You can.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
But you have to recognize in various situations he can make incredibly dumb plays, so you might have to limit him in some of those. It doesn't happen that often.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no interest for 3 whole years. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Love, Jacobs, McKinney, Golden, and now Micah Parsons? This year's gonna be fun. Now's the time to set a game plan for your Green Bay and Wisconsin pigskin parties. This is Marie from Discount Liquor. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Whether you need an ice cold keg, a bottle of your favorite wine, a unique craft brew, or hard to find liquor, we have everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
Wherever you're tailgating, we'll get you all set up with your favorite beverages. We're open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2. See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Discount Liquor.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Stomp your feet, clap your hands. You're part of the team sitting in the stands. Come see what's brewed.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza with delicious brands like Palermo's Connie's Urban Pie and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find it in your local grocer's freezer. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, UKBN Nation, at 800-990-3776 or on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Strove's running the show. For those who missed it, Aaron Ashby's the opener for the Brewers today. Who's to follow? Go ahead, guess, because we all thought we had it figured out. We were wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's still safe to assume it's Priester. But
is it safe to assume that?
No,
but
it's
not safe to assume.
Priester hasn't.
I can't imagine doing a bullpen game one.
Quintana.
Because Quintana pitched 3 innings on Wednesday of last week. He's full go, and he looked good in his 3 innings, 12 batters, no runs. All 12 were first pitch strikes. And so I keep rolling this through my head. And ultimately, this is a 7-game series now. So there is a little bit of, we got to just let it play out. But if we're all going to be honest with each other, this isn't the most confident I'm feeling about someone going out there. I know he has the stuff, but he was using a lot of high leverage spots in 4 games out of 5 games in the Cubs-Brewers series. And I get it. Ohtani lefty, Freeman lefty. They have Muncy. Like, they got a lot of lefties early in that lineup. But I don't know. I would have liked to have gone Priester or Quintana, but I don't make the decisions around here.
Yeah, I mean, my one visceral memory of Aaron Ashby, which doesn't spell necessarily positivity, was when we did over-under, me and Ben, and we tried to figure out who had the most Ks, mostly Ben, most Ks midway through the season, and the one suggestion I had, Aaron Ashby, off the list. And since then, I think about the stable of these pitchers. I'm just wondering, man, game one, really going to start with Aaron Ashby? I guess even if you are going to roll into Priester or Quintana, why don't you just start there? Like why set up a guy that's not even your best reliever?
Because if you're gonna go Priester, you want the lefty to start because of the lefty match. Yes, that's the goal, and he has the stuff to do so. He's got a high velocity fastball, and like it's just all about command for him. It is. It's about command, and they used him a lot in that last series.
Heck yeah, they did. 4.2.
I'd be lying if I would have said, "Hey, I'm going to see Aaron Ashby in some of the sphincter tightening moments of the Cubs Brewers series." I'd be like, huh? No, I don't. I think they'll probably have others that they would have out there. But Chad Patrick cleaned up the mess on Saturday that Aaron Ashby left. But there can be no mess to clean up now.
No.
Because you're in a situation where you did have more, guys go, and they are a little bit deeper at the starting position. In terms of the staff that they have.
A little, huh?
A lot of little. Again, I'm positive and confident that they're going to grind, scrap, and claw all 9 innings of every single game they get an opportunity.
Yeah, because that's
but the scrapping and clawing is going to be a little bit tougher with what you got.
Yeah, no, again, I'm trusting in Pat Murphy. I'm not going to trust my mind. I'm going to trust in what Pat Murphy decides to do because Pat Murphy, for the 2 years he has been a manager of the Milwaukee Brewers, he has pulled all the right strings from taking over a team that basically was abandoned by the former manager, Craig Counsell, and to take that team to the playoffs, winning the NL Central again, and then coming back this year after a 0-4 start to get this team to where they're at with all the multiple 8+ game winning streaks. I'm trusting all the moves that Pat Murphy is going to make. Now, I'm right there with you, Ben, and Brad. I'm a little skeptical because of the fact that he's walked a lot of guys. He hasn't had a lot of strikeouts, and it just seems like in the pressure situations, right, he just has not been at his best. But Pat Murphy obviously believes in him, sees something in him, and believes he's the best guy to go out there to be our opener tonight. So I'm going to trust in Pat Murphy, but more importantly, I'm going to trust in the baseball team that has been consistent throughout this year, that has showed us that they're going to play great defense, they're going to grind it out, as Ben said, and they're going to find a way to scratch and crawl, get some runs, and try to find a way to win. The bullpen was phenomenal. So regardless of how people started, the bullpen finished strong each and every game, minus when Robert Gosser came in there. But other than that, the Brewers have been consistent, so I'm going to trust in what Pat Murphy is doing and trust in who this team believes in and as themselves.
Well, and the reality is the Brewers should be confident. They shouldn't have any fear of this team. I know that when they beat them and swept them 6-0 throughout the regular season, Dodgers were dealing with some injuries for sure. But the reality is a lot of injuries. But I remember even a Clayton Kershaw saying before the game, talking about Jacob Mizorowski, say, who? Who is this guy?
That's true.
And after the game saying, okay,
good.
Now I'm aware of who this guy is. I think this Brewer team should operate with confidence. And I'm guessing that the Dodgers, they got a little bit of a bone to pick with these Brewers after being swept with them all season. So Pat Murphy, he knows these guys. He doesn't even just know the analytics. He knows their personalities. It's the one thing that I feel like Pat Murphy has, maybe more so than Craig Counsell. He makes connections with these guys. He knows what spots they can handle. And maybe Quinn Priester, maybe he needs to have a couple innings in, maybe even just one inning in to get over the hauntings of his time at Wrigley Field.
Well, that is home. That's where he grew up. That was a big spot in which I still, revisionist history, would have pitched him in game 2 despite the lead and then having him available. Again, it all worked out. But now an opportunity to get Quinn Priester out there at home. I trust Quintana more in game 3 out in L.A. than I do Quinn Priester. So I think it's safe to assume right now, but it's probably not, that Ashby opens and you see Quinn Priester.
Assume nothing.
Assume nothing, but
only thing I will say is this: Pat Murphy, you're the manager. Do what you want, duh. But I really want Quinn Priester. If he's going to pitch in this series, I want him to be at the friendly confines of American Family Field amongst the home team, because what I saw on the road there, not saying he can't bounce back, but I want to put him in the best position as possible, and it seems like he can thrive off that energy to bounce back.
But no disrespect to the LA Dodgers and their home fans. I wouldn't consider it one of the more intimidating places to play.
Hell No.
So
any sporting event in LA.
This isn't Wrigley. This isn't. I don't know the name of the stadium.
Boston or Philly.
Yeah, I have less fear of a truly hostile environment. American Family Field compared to whatever the heck the name of their LA Dodger Stadium is. It's gonna
Stadium.
Is it still just Dodger Stadium?
Dodger Stadium?
I'm pretty sure.
Everybody has a little naming rights deal now. They changed the names of all these places.
It's going to be sleepy
No,
compared to
it's just Dodger Stadium.
Oh, my goodness. Vanilla. So, you know what? I feel a little bit better about that, actually.
Sure.
They got a good enough team that it doesn't really matter.
To say LA fans who might whoop your ass on the way out is that they're calm. I wouldn't.
Bro, it's yuppity, high money. Like the more you get in the playoffs, the more people just buy their tickets because they have money.
I guess that's probably.
And they're just they're not diehards. They're like, I have money. I'm gonna bring my 3 kids and be like, yay! And they don't know what's going on. Dad, can I have a cup full of nachos?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've seen enough about I'm pretty sure somebody got really beat up outside.
All right, you're getting too fixated on one damn thing. The Dodgers environment is not going to Philly or New York or Boston.
Brawl between Angels and Dodgers fans in 2025 inside of that's Angel Stadium, but still in LA. I'm just saying.
Sometimes the Dodgers and Giants fans also get into it. That's just different, though. That's not hostile environment.
I guess I'm just Quinn Priester. I want him at home. I want him at home.
We digress.
That's what we were saying.
I don't want none of that
Ashby to
smoke out
Priester.
there.
Everyone else should be available, and I do. I'm just gonna get to this right away. Coming up next, we're gonna move Wheel of Strove. This is how you win the series. I'll tell you exactly how you win the series, and it is going to be tough. But again, what they do to start these 2 games at home are going to be critical for the long term as you head out to the vaunted Dodger Stadium that Kyle's talking about. Let's go quickly to Diana McGuanago. You're on the Carbless talk and text line with KBN.
I just got one thing to say. Brewers!
That a girl, Dirty D. We appreciate the call. To win this series, it's going to come down to one very specific thing. I will tell you what it is next, and I want to know if you agree or disagree.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I'm a tool. My name is Ben Brust, and I'm a tool.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
He had 3 games that weren't that close. Cincinnati stinks. Jake Browning-Nagel has thrown 8 interceptions. On the bright side, he hasn't lost a fumble, so he's got that going for him.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The Packers are 14.5-point favorites to open. I don't think that's enough.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Brewers fans, it's time to rally. Join us Thursday night for an NLCS Game 3 watch party. Presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino and sponsored by Surfside. Catch every pitch, every swing, and every big moment with the Hometown Call. Broadcasting live inside the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and the electric energy of Brewers fans coming together as the crew fights for another postseason win. It all happens Thursday night at 5 o'clock. The Game 3 watch party. Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. 620 WTMJ. Your home for Brewers baseball.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof,
siding or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by Fifth Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp therapists have helped more than 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. Moments in therapy, like the right question or a safe space to cry or a small win, can really change lives. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who have helped millions of people take that step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tonight, we'll be at American Family Field, folks. Bringing in a little playoff baseball, and the only way to do that is with an ice-cold carbless in my hand. That's right, Brewers baseball, American Family Field, little playoff vibes and an ice-cold carbless. It just all goes together. But if you can't be at the game like me, if you are, come by and say hello. I'll be able to one with a carbless in my hand. If you're not, pick up a pack of carbless from your local grocer and experience the joy that carbless gives you. I'm talking about no carbs, no sugars, no gluten, 100 calories, just a little bit of carbonation to make it oh so refreshing, but that doesn't upset the tummy, and there's flavors for everybody. Night like tonight, maybe a little bit of margarita, maybe a little classic cocktail. Man, there's so many different directions where you can go. I know I'm going to be getting my roster all set up from inside American Family Field. So drink like a champion, drink like a Milwaukee Brewer, enjoy a carbless, because less is more with carbless.
Kyle Brust Nortman with you. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776 or at the YouTube pages of at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Strophy's running the show. And as we turn the page from obviously a thrilling Saturday night of the NLDS, it is the Brewers-Dodgers. Did I say CS?
You got it right.
Brewers-Dodgers NLCS now. So here's the way I'm looking at this. Because I've been obviously seeing Dodgers in 5, Dodgers in 6, this and that. Potawatomi Sportsbook Series prices, which they're not biased, they're just telling you what the data says, would say that the Brewers are underdogs in the series. That's great. And it's going to be a tough task. Let's be honest. Like, it is. They're a good team. They're the reigning champions, but the Brewers had a great run this year and are continuing that by getting to the championship series that they deserve to get to based off of the regular season, giving them home field advantage, which did pay, I think, a big part of the NLDS.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what I think I had said prior to the series was I feel really good about 5. 7 games worries me a little bit because the way that you need to attack is flipping the script of what happened to you and try it, force it on the Dodgers. The Dodgers have one weakness. It is a bad bullpen. They have a bad bullpen. They have great starters. They do. Blake Snell, he's been there before. Yamamoto was amazing last year. They don't give him any run support. He's still really, really, really good. Top 5, 6 pitcher in the National League. Tyler Glass now. Really good pitcher. Not to mention, Shohei Ohtani has been ramping up all season long, and you can utilize him when you need.
Pitch well in playoffs this year.
You know what the Brewers had happen to them that really made this a little more uncomfortable than it needed to be, potentially, was the Priester game. The Priester game at American Family Field, when you got a guy who then goes one inning and you bring in Quintana, it just messes everything up. In a 7-game series where you're going Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or excuse me, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
That's 5 games in 6 days. Is the math mathing?
I mean, it'll be tough, especially if we don't have those stars.
No. Is that 5 games in 6 days?
That is 5 games.
If the Brewers get in a spot in which Priester, Quintana, and you're then throwing your long relievers out there, like they can't get in a spot where you're doing that in 7 games against the Dodgers. But to the contrary, if you can get some of these starters out early for the Dodgers, that's the key for me. The key is, how can the Brewers do what they've done all season by being relentless at the plate? How can they work every pitcher that their pitch count gets high so that they have to bring that bullpen in? And can the Brewers win if somebody? Absolutely. I'm just saying it will make me so much more confident if these bats are able to eat up and work the count and get those timely hits, get those full counts, work the pitch count like they've done all year. That's what I'm saying. This is a possibility. I'm not saying something that they can't do. I'm just saying if they can accomplish that against these starters and get to the Dodgers bullpen, then I'm watching these games feeling a little bit better. But if the Dodgers are beating up the Brewers early in these games and they're playing catch up on the back end, that worries me. So I'm looking at Pat Murphy's 9 guys who go up to bat every single at-bat to make it hell. Make that – we talked about it. What was the worst part all year for a pitcher facing the Brewers? There was no breaks. Yeah. And it didn't matter who was the guy because they don't have the home run power, but they're going to have the discipline. Joey Ortiz got benched after he got a grand slam because he didn't have the discipline Pat Murphy needed from him. Every guy needs to have the discipline to make sure that the Dodgers have to go to their weakness because the Brewers can't fall behind like they did from a pitching standpoint like they did against the Cubs, against a more just ridiculous line. It just is. Their lineup is.
Money pays for ridiculous.
Agree, disagree.
I agree. That's very well put, Ben. And to add just another wrinkle to that same idea, I think there's a level of inevitability that the Dodgers are going to score runs. I mean, it's just I get that this Brewers staff has been really impressive. And when you see Miz and you see Chad Patrick and Peralta, when you see these guys really put a lid on opposing batting lineups, I think it's commendable. But the reality is this is one of the most vaunted batting lineups in all of major leagues. And when you got Ohtani and Betts and Freeman and Hernandez, I mean, you just got guys that can just slug. I don't think you're going to be able to keep this a low-scoring game more often than not. So not only do the bats need to get after the Dodgers pitchers to fatigue them and get into the bullpen where they have more weakness, I think you got to do it just to keep up because I love our pitching staff, but these guys are just so good. They're going to put up runs. They're going to hit home runs. So you have to have your guys. You have to have Yelich and Churio and Vaughn and Contreras. You have to have guys that are your studs, your horses. They got to keep up with the horses of the Dodgers, and that's a tall task. I'm saying that knowing that these are perennial all-stars, sometimes even future Hall of Famers we're talking about. But you have to have your studs show up because we didn't really see Yelich show up consistently. We didn't see, necessarily. We had Vaughn have his spots, Contreras have his spots, but not guys where it's like, okay, I'm striking fear into the opposing pitcher. Our horses need to keep up with their horses because runs will be scored.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with everything, but I want to just clear up this misconception that we have about the Dodgers being this vaunted team. They are a vaunted team, but guess what? The Brewers were a more vaunted team this year, and it showed when they played each other. I don't care who was missing, but on top of that, they showed with the record. The Milwaukee Brewers, Brad, you just talked about how, listen, the Dodgers are going to score runs. Absolutely. But guess what we saw in Game 1 and Game 2 of this series against the Cubs? What the Brewers did? They were able to score runs. But then on top of that, we saw in Game 5, the Brewers were able to do what? Timely hitting as well. So overall, the Milwaukee Brewers had the third most runs in baseball this year. Yeah, it was behind the Dodgers, but they were still top 3. But then on top of that, the Brewers had one of the best staff, the ERAs, bullpens in baseball this past year. So as Ben was talking about, if we can get into this bullpen of the Dodgers, which is their sore spot, right? If we can get into that bullpen that blew 40-plus saves this year, that provides the Brewers with an opportunity. But they need
40-plus saves?
Wait a minute,
That's not possible.
No, not 40. I got the number wrong here. They blew.
Yeah, you did.
Now it was 96 situational issues that they had in baseball in the sense where
situational issues.
Yeah. But
Very
again,
well said.
but again, my big point is this: with
40 saves. God dang.
But my big point is this: is that the Milwaukee Brewers need to be what Craig Counsell said. Remember, Craig Counsell said that team is aggressive on the base pass. We want to be a little bit more like them. The Milwaukee Brewers got to be more aggressive on the base pass. It shouldn't be until Caleb Durbin stole a base in Game 5, I think it was their first stolen base. I want to see these guys on the base pass running. I want to see these guys applying pressure. I want to make their defense have to make those quick decisions. Like Dansby Swanson ended up making that mistake.
Well, I want to stay with you for a second there because I think you're right. The difference being is they didn't need to steal bases in Game 1 and Game 2. When you needed them in those moments in 3 and 4, they didn't come through. Like they didn't have that timely hitting. They didn't have they battled, but when you have Jackson Chourio Game 3 against the Cubs on second base with no outs, they didn't do the things you were doing and making it tough and putting the pressure on. Game 5, there was a little bit more of that. Now, obviously, it was still just 3 home runs, and you saw it. But your blueprint of making them stress goes into getting to the starters, making them think, are they going to steal? That's part of the mental warfare that the Brewers have done all year that they need to bring in this 7-game series. They got to find a way, no matter what, to get on base and keep the pressure on these starters so they're getting out of their zone and you're making them live in your world.
27 blown saves.
Still a lot. That's a lot of blown saves.
Look at my numbers wrong.
I was going to say 40 has to be a record. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbus Talking text line, and I'm trying to keep up as best I can on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Very quickly, what I would like to do with a former Badger football alum on our show, and as a Badger fan that I am, that's hard to be a fan right now, is address the fact that 37-0, I don't care if it's the 8th string quarterback, is never acceptable at Camp Randall, and this is how far we've come. Next. But first, Kyle Wallace is going to tell us about American Family Insurance.
Oh, yes, y'all know I love to tell y'all about American Family Insurance because life's better with a home and auto policy from American Family Insurance. That's because they're always there to protect your dreams. Listen, from whether you're hosting a party at your house or whether you're having a family reunion or you're having some type of gathering, you have an opportunity to protect your dreams with American Family Insurance. Whether you're doing a road trip, guess what? You can be protected with American Family Insurance. Simply go to amfam.com. That's amfam.com today for your opportunity to either find an agent near you or get a quote instantly online. That's amfam.com. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
You know Italian. What do you mean?
You know Italian?
You do know Italian.
Yeah, he's right. Oui.
That's French. But you had gelato.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Shop the Pig! The new Piggly Wiggly Pig Points program is here, and earning rewards just got easier. Now you'll earn 10 Pig Points for every $1 you spend, and redeem those points on your favorite products right in the store. It's simple, it's rewarding, and it's all right here at your neighborhood Piggly Wiggly. So shop more, earn more, and save more, only at Piggly Wiggly. Sign up today at shopthepig.com.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig!
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. It's October, and this is when the weather really starts to shift. The mornings are crisp, and the evenings are cooler. And right now, with Universal Windows Direct, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. Receive an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to book your free estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Coming into the game as 13.5-point underdogs, newly acquired quarterback Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals kept things close with the Green and Gold as they trailed 24-18 late in the fourth quarter. But a Jordan Love 31-yard completion to rookie Matthew Golden put the game away for a 27-18 win for the Packers. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
But the bottom line in this league is you've got to find a way to win each and every game. And you do it one day at a time, one game at a time. And if you're focused on anything other than that, you're focused on the wrong stuff.
The Packers will gear up to head out west to take on the Arizona Cardinals next Sunday.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Need a mortgage? Don't look far. In your backyard is where we are. Visit a Tri-City near you. Get a great rate from your hometown crew. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 4333891.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Craving that crispy, cheesy, thick Detroit-style pizza? Well, now you got it with Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian delivers the crunch, the gooey cheese pull, and that light, airy crust that you love, all baked in its own pan for those crave-worthy caramelized edges straight from your home oven. You got the cheese, the pepperoni, multi-meat, or supreme. It's like dining out, but without the hefty bill. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, Detroit style, thick, crispy, unapologetically screamin'.
At Ewald Automotive, we make it easier than ever to get you into America's best-selling trucks and SUV during Ewald Truck and SUV Month. Ford, Ram, Chevy, GMC, Jeep, Kia, Volkswagen, and more. Ewald is your one-stop shop for trucks and SUV. All makes, models, and sizes. Choose 0 down, 0 payments till 2026, or 0% financing. All with our low price guarantee. All in one place. Ewald Truck and SUV Month going on now.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
On select models with approved credit. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Get this thing jumping. Hold up. 3, 2, 1, let's go now.
It is a Victory Monday and is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Scrademan. Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. We'll have Jason Wilde at 3:15 and talk a little Packers. Definitely going to get back to the Brewers after a quick little pit stop. And then we'll get back on the road driving to American Family Field here on the show. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESP Wisconsin with you. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776 and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Potawatomi Sportsbook had Iowa minus 3.5.
Wait. Help me.
Every ESPN bet, every
hammer it. Wait, help me. That means they were projected to win, but only by 3 points.
3 or 4 points, yes.
Greg Scalzo and I were at the game, and we had discussed like if we had time to stop by, and we didn't. We were going to bet the mortgage. We never did. Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I saw ESPN Madison, everybody's selections and picks.
That's right. Good thing we didn't stop by because local college sports aren't there.
But listen,
regardless,
I
I would have done it offshore or whatever. I'd be like, I'll lay the money.
It was well worth it. I'll be smiling because the Badgers game didn't bother me. Well, that's a lie. It bothered me because it was so ridiculous. I didn't let it ruin my weekend, but it was so ridiculous. I saw some folks from our teammates from ESPN Madison and their predictions for that game, and I said, "What are they over there? What drugs are they doing out there in that?" What drugs are they doing? The number of them that picked the Badgers to win, I was just appalled by that. I couldn't believe.
I'm sure Jesse Nelson was leading the way.
Matt Hamilton, Badgers win. Miley Brown, Badgers win. Jesse Nelson, Badgers win. Pablo Iglesias, Badger win. Riley out, Badgers win. But the most egregious stuff is even people like Brad Nortman only had Iowa winning by 10.
I can only go so far to step on my Wisconsin Badgers.
I'm not going to get on you for that.
Yeah.
This isn't about what's in the water of ESPN Madison. This is about losing 37 to freaking nothing.
But I think the thing that's so gut-wrenching about it is who's surprised? Is anybody surprised?
No.
Nobody.
I'm disappointed.
At least last year when Iowa steamrolled the Badgers.
42.
I felt way more pain from that one than I do this.
I did too. And that means that you're dead inside, Ben.
Dude, what did I say 3 weeks ago? I was like, they've broken me.
Yep.
I am broken.
Yep. And I myself am dead inside as well. At least the Brewers got the win on Saturday night. But what we saw on Saturday at Camp Randall came to no surprise as anybody. And even like I'm looking at guys that are among the good players on the team. Christian Allegro is the linebacker. He said after the game, quote, "I feel like we don't really have an identity. You see that on the field? We don't have an identity. It's such a weird feeling. It's like we have no grip on these games." He's been here since 2023, the entire time of Luke Fickell. It's year 3. No identity, no toughness, no life, no culture. I don't know how much more we need to see before everybody, without any votes no, say we have to burn it all down, because that's where I'm at. I tried to remain hopeful. I tried to wonder, well, maybe just a little bit more time. I'm beyond that. You have to burn it all down from when Coach Fickell arrived to the promises that he was giving us. Remember, he was saying that what we've been doing in the past of 8, 9, 10 wins, of being in that tier for the Big Ten, that's not good enough. We're here to compete for championships. It's all about championships. That promise to where we are now, it's the greatest disappointment of my sports career. And with a team that I love the most, Wisconsin Badgers are top of the list of teams that I love the most. So it's painful. It's embarrassing. There is no way forward except by burning it all down.
You know what's more painful, guys?
What is that?
Seeing 18 million promos on CBS.
The
big game in Madison.
Look away.
Ohio State comes to town in Madison, Wisconsin. I was like,
And the thing is, too, Kyle and I were just talking about this on air. Talk about Nebraska. Ranked for the first time in a decade. Matt Rule was hired at the same time that Luke Fickell was. Look at Illinois, Indiana. Don't tell me that coaches don't affect NIL, because between Bielema and Cignetti, injected culture and winning, and the NIL dollars follow.
Oh, and by the way, Luke Altmaier, the quarterback of Illinois, had offers to go play elsewhere for more money. And he liked the coach and the culture, and was also still going to make a lot of money. But you can't convince guys to take less money to come to Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's just...
I don't know how you convince them to give money to come to Wisconsin.
That's the thing. We're not asking... we were, but we're at this point, we're not asking to be in the playoffs. We're asking to compete and actually maybe beat Iowa.
We're the belt to ass now. Everyone gives us that.
That's what it is. That's what we are. We're the cupcake. They're walking all over us. But the worst thing about all this, about the fact that we got shut out at home by Nebraska for the first time.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Same thing.
Is the fact that every single time we get smoked, I see the same thing from Luke Fickell.
I'm gonna fight.
I've been in this situation. I don't know. This is a low.
This week he said I'm gonna fight.
This is a low. We got to figure these things out. Remember they was doing push-ups for how many points that was scored?
42.
Yeah.
You gotta do 47 next year.
What in the hell did them push-ups do?
Or 37.
They didn't do anything. So this is just a debacle. And here's the problem: you can't fire. What's the point of firing them? I mean, at this point, you can't. Maybe at the end of the season, you should. But at this point, you just let it happen.
You'd get ahead.
You want to get there's Penn State just fired Franklin, his $49 million buyout.
Come here. Who? Who?
Well, there's a lot Madison offers. The problem is the program has now gone from like, hey, we're good, we're trying to get to great. Now we're the worst in the Big Ten.
Ain't nobody leaving to come to Wisconsin mid-season, brother. I'm telling you, you can fight going because I'm sure the buyout adds up. What date does the buyout get off for $25 million? That's what I want to know. At what point
I think it's through next year? You want another year with him, Kyle?
Well, somebody listen, Ben, Brad, y'all alums, y'all need to pony up. We can't keep going down this route.
I didn't write the contract.
Hell, but you still a supporter. I'm a supporter.
They have money to do it.
Well, it needs to be done.
They have a rainy day fund.
It needs to be done,
and they can move it around and make it happen, or they can just continue to sit.
Who hired them? Who hired them?
You know.
I'm just saying that was a big decision. And sometimes when you make big decisions like this, you go wrong. I can't trust him to hire somebody else. This was a disaster.
The infrastructure is like there needs to be chancellor buy-in to athletic director to coach, all in line with what the next vision is. Otherwise, we're just going to be the laughing stock of the Big Ten.
I don't know. They said the launch and they were going to invest his money and doing all this with the practice facility, all this just to get these type of results. You could have kept Paul Chris for this.
You would get better results with Paul Chris.
We'll be 500. We'll still be a 500 team. This is we have hit beyond, like we're beyond rock bottom. I don't even know.
Swing and a miss.
How do we get better?
You need a complete reset.
I'm not here to solve that. I just wanted to get the 10-minute pit stop frustration out because there's too many great things.
We're pathetic.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
At college football, they used to blame it was Phil Longo's fault. Let's bring in Jeff Grant. He'll fix it, and we didn't score a point.
Yeah, we're worse. We're worse.
All these quarterbacks. We done had 7 quarterbacks starting in the last 3 seasons. 3 this year. Come on, man.
Can't control injuries, but I would say I don't care if it's the 5th string. You find a way. You find a way to score a point.
Yeah,
not a point against Iowa.
And it's like a not even great Iowa team. No, they're an average Iowa team.
Just like we talked about Michigan last week. We said, well, Michigan wasn't that good, and Michigan went and lost to USC.
Yeah.
We suck. We suck. We're not even competitive. We ain't going to beat our actual real football team this year. That's a damn thing. Put us in the damn Conference USA or put us in what's the
MAC?
No. The MAC.
No,
put us in the MAC.
Stop that.
No, we might as well be in the MAC.
We're hardly beating MAC teams.
Exactly. You might as well be a MAC team. We are a MAC team. And we know what? We knew this was going to happen. This is not
relegation.
Not a shot at any of the kids that transferred.
The Chris McIntosh team?
Yeah, basically. No shot at these young kids fighting their behind. So I respect y'all. But when you getting kids from FCS, Division III, from
what'd you
HBC,
think was going to happen?
What you think? Exactly. They trying to sell me. I told y'all in the spring. I said, wait a minute.
Wait, no. We all knew. We're like, wait, guys, the Grambling State guy just committed.
Again, shout out to Grambling State. I love Grambling State. Shout out to HBCUs. But I'm telling, I don't want to see them coming from there. All right, I want to see Miami. They good. You know what they did? They said, oh, your cornerback you got there. Come here. You're pretty talented. We're gonna take you. They stealing from us.
Can I just say one more thing? When the retro uniforms came out, I was kind of like, ooh, those are fire. But then you see the product and you're reminded that's from the 70s and 80s when the Badgers were god awful. And basically the team that embodied the 70s and 80s. In retrospect, it was probably a bad decision. To bring those uniforms back.
Oh, my gosh. We suck.
800-990-3776. I don't know why you just realized that. I told you after before Maryland.
But, I mean, this is just bad. I mean, Iowa. Did anybody think we're going to lose 37-0 to Iowa?
I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I thought we were going to lose.
At what point would you think that anything would change from last year?
37-0?
It was 42-7 last year. Remind yourself.
Dude, what?
It's already lower than it was last year, so why would you expect anything different?
Oh, my gosh.
You got to rethink what's going on in that mind over there.
There's a chance that after this weekend we play Ohio State, we could be outscored 100-0.
In one
they just
game.
score 63.
It's only 27.5. Iowa came in here and won 37-0. And it's 27.5. I think I want to lay the 27.
I would still bet Ohio State.
Dude,
no doubt.
He has no control over this team. He talks and they just like, all right, bro, when my check cashing?
We're back in 2 minutes. Brewers are more important than us getting our blood pressure up. But quickly, John in Milwaukee.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call.
Of course.
Since we look at the schedule with the Badgers, they're not going to win a game. And like Kyle said, nobody's going to come in to take over this season. And you can't have your next administration live through the losses this year. So you go out and you hire Mike McCarthy, and you bring in people like Tausch and Brian Bulaga, or I can't think of the guy that was at the Browns, and you make the Wisconsin Badgers a developmental team.
No.
Make
You just
linemen.
ask them for money. Well, I don't want them on the sidelines.
I'll coach special teams.
Right.
If we're
We
going to
have
do like a
Brad.
media,
the media coach team.
No.
Actually, I have a better idea. We should just start the campaign for Brad to be the interim head coach.
No.
Hell no.
Why not?
You want him getting his butt whooped like that?
Have mercy.
No, y'all just need to shut up and open y'all pocketbooks.
Don't yell at John for a theory.
That's a terrible theory.
Well, there's no
Transactional,
good answers, Kyle.
Dude,
It can't be all money because then it goes back to being transactional.
But I want it to be transactional.
The way that we do these watch parties, Strofe, on YouTube, like we're going to be doing tonight for the Brewers.
Do not suggest it.
We usually hand timeouts out. I think we might have to have a timeout for Kyle right now.
You probably do.
5-minute timeout.
I'm gone. Cause Brad, you don't want me to transact. Hell yeah! Who wants the most money? I don't give a damn if you care about the W. I want to win.
5-minute timeout, Kyle. We're back in 2 minutes.
Timeout on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Zero restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025. It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at Potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
The 24th annual A Novel event is coming. Sharp Literacy's yearly fundraiser will happen on October 28th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center. Green Bay Packers all-time leading receiver and Super Bowl champion Donald Driver will be the featured guest and keynote speaker. Funds raised at A Novel event will support the delivery of Sharp's STEAM-based education program to thousands of K-3 through 5th grade students and educators across Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products, no shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs. Just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitation. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Well, this series, it's been everything we thought it might be.
Pomerantz deals. Fly ball left center. Crow Armstrong is on the move. He's running out of room. It's gone! William Contreras gives the Brewers a 1-0 lead.
No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness.
Middle of the order coming up for the Cubs, the 1-0. Fly ball right center. That is trouble. Back is Perkins, and it is gone. Into the Cubs bullpen, a solo homer for Seiya Suzuki. A drive out to left. It is back, half at the track at the wall. Bye-bye, baseball! Long live Andrew Vaughn! And Terang, a fly ball to center. Crow Armstrong's back at the track. It is gone! Bryce Terang, an October moment, gives the Brewers insurance here in the 7th.
No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness.
Patrick trying to send the Brewers to the bottom of the 7th with a 2-1 lead, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! He struck him out! Chase
to cut her off the plate away. Chad Patrick retires all 5 he faces tonight. Uribe deals to Carson Kelly, swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it, and the Brewers are going to the championship series. They take 3 of 5 from the Chicago Cubs, and the Brewers have a date with the Dodgers.
We find ways to win. Like sometimes we win with little ball, they say. Sometimes we pitch great. Sometimes we hit homers.
The city of Milwaukee is on fire tonight.
And now they get another chance Monday night against the Dodgers right here.
You better damn believe it. Better damn believe it.
We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness.
Small ball, pitching, home runs. They won in every way in all 3 games. Those Milwaukee Brewers did in the NLDS. You're going to need a lot more of that in the NLCS in the 7-game series against the Dodgers. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman here with you. Alex Strofe is running the show. Hit us on the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. List is more. Kyle, after your 5-minute timeout, how you feeling?
Not good.
Yeah, we just did it was supposed to be a small discussion about the Badgers, led Kyle going into finally get it. I think you got it. I haven't seen you get that mad about the Badger football program. Did it just hit you? Because it hit me after Maryland.
No, it hit me, but I was just so disgusted. I was so disgusted on Saturday. I called my brother during the first quarter just to tell him, bro, are you watching this? He said, no, I'm driving around. I said, don't turn it on. This is grotesque. This is unbelievable. This is not the team we grew up loving. Like, we love Wisconsin Badger football. Loved it. And now I still love it, but now I'm just like, we suck.
And there are plenty of Badger teams. Remember, we won't keep on talking about the Badgers. I can't stomach it. But there are plenty of Badger teams that were like,
I can't stomach it.
That were like, I have to do it 2 hours every Saturday in pregame. It's brutal. There are plenty of Badger teams that like underperform. Maybe they're 500, but generally speaking, like they were losing semi-close games. I never thought in my lifetime, that they would win 2 games in a whole season.
Back-to-back years losing to Iowa 42-7
Like,
or
blown
42-10, whatever it was, and 37-0.
Dude, this is what you do to legitimate like low-level MAC schools. Like this is a non-conference team you just sweep up. That's who the Badgers are now. They're like a low-level.
And it's also got to be harder for a Brad Nortman who's part of a Bielema team because Bielema did not let off the gas. Y'all used to run it up.
Dude, we beat Indiana 73-17.
And y'all loved it.
73 points.
Smiling. I was loving every part. I was loving it.
But that was the culture. It's
y'all
like
had offensive linemen running in the end zone.
The Badgers were able to run Melvin Gordon for 300-plus yards in 3 quarters and say, all right, you can go sit down now.
It's a tough time.
Sorry, Brad.
Bro,
sorry, Kyle.
Wait a minute. You said 3. Melvin had 400 in the game.
What, was it 400?
425, I feel like.
In 3 quarters.
And they pulled them out. Bro, we can't get 400 in 3 games. Total.
Can I talk real talk? Like being
Can I
Madison?
talk real talk? Yes, you can talk real talk.
So like our audience in Madison's really going to appreciate this one. When we've been there for these home games, it's going to be the same thing this weekend on Saturday. Madison's always a party, so there's always going to be a little bit of a vibe. Dude, downtown for game day, it's not what it once was. I feel bad for the businesses. I feel bad for like it's just it trickles down more than just the
You'll
football
love this.
team.
I got a text at Game 5 somebody got a text sitting next to me from Madison. They showed me a picture of a local Regent Street bar that turned off the Badger game, and it turned into the Brewers game. So everyone on Regent Street for a Badger game day had the opportunity to watch Game 5 of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Well, at least you gave him that. At least you gave him that. It's indicative of
at this point, if you have the TVs and the Brewers are on, don't put the Badgers on.
I would almost cry right now. I'm looking back at this game. If you were to tell a kid who was probably at that point, maybe 7 years old, now he's 10, and you told him Wisconsin Badgers had a running back have 25 carries for 408 yards, they would say, "Oh, in NCAA football, no, we used to do that to teams. I couldn't imagine us doing that again. We have fallen so.
It's at least 7 years away.
Yeah, this won't be an easy fix. There's a lot of things you got to undo here.
Oh, well, maybe
somebody donate million. Give somebody donate $100 million, please. Make my sorrows go away.
We scored 62 points against Purdue in 2011, one game. 62
Stop
points.
doing this to yourself, Brad.
And
You're
17.
smiling. You're enjoying the good old days.
I miss those days. You know what? I need like an ESPN. Remember they used to have ESPN Classic and show old games? We need like a Wisconsin Badgers Classic. Just show games from the 90s. Like, don't even
There's no classics anymore.
I'll say at 2:30 when the Badgers play Ohio State, just don't even bother. Just don't even bother.
Throw
just
on 2010.
Yeah. Just
David Gilreath over and over.
2010 game.
Yeah.
Make yourself feel a little bit better.
It's probably all you can do. It is a Victory Monday brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, and not from the team we were just talking about. Brought to you by Palermo's, Wisconsin's hometown pizza with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. All right, that is off the chest. I do want to. Gosh, this is so hard because I just want to talk about the Brewers 24/7. But the Packers played yesterday. And I think after this, we're basically leading up to the Brewers in my mind, because that's all I can think about. But there are some things that have stood out to me the last 3 games specifically, and they all kind of tie together with the way the Bengals game went. Obviously, it's good to get a win, and you're 3-1-1, and holistically, when you look at that 3-1-1 record, that's a good thing. You're heading towards the playoffs, and the schedule still sets up where you're minus 6.5, 7.5 favorites on the road against the Cardinals, who aren't a good football team. They're just not. Their wins are against bad teams. Like, it's another team where you should be favored and you should take care of business. But what does taking care of business even mean for this team? That's what I want to discuss next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
What are you going to do with the video?
It was going to be on Snapchat if I got the pick right.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Backups heading southbound on 41, pretty much from Main Street all the way down past Capitol Drive to Burleigh. Northbound on 41, backing up from Mayfair Road all the way up to Capitol Drive. Southbound 43's got some heavy traffic from just south of Brown Deer Road all the way to Bender Road, and then back on the brakes from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down through the Marquette. Westbound 94, a bit heavy from about 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. On the eastbound side, you've got a little bit of a backup starting coming out of the Stadium Interchange all the way to the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Today's forecast, crisp fall skies and a championship shine. Get your first wash free at TsunamiExpress.com. Game day ready, rain or shine. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. And check out the TMJ for Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, chance for afternoon showers, a high of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Kunis Hope Chevrolet of Milwaukee is having a massive grand opening celebration, and you're invited. 3 days only. Thursday, October 16th through Saturday, October 18th. Unprecedented grand opening celebration pricing and discounts on our entire inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus over 800 pre-owned vehicles, starting as low as $39.95 and only $199 per month. We'll be paying above market value on all trade-ins during this event, no matter what the mileage or condition. And during our 3-day celebration, you can take advantage of grand opening service specials on oil changes, replacement tires, brake pads, and rotors. Almost all services Brewers with hundreds in savings. It's a party, and you're invited. All brought to you by your good friends and neighbors at Cunis Hope Chevrolet, Milwaukee's #1 Chevy superstore. Don't miss the Cunis Hope Chevrolet of Milwaukee's huge grand opening celebration. Thursday, October 16th through Saturday the 18th, just off I-41 at 11100 West Auto Mall Drive. For info online at CunisHopeChevy.com.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Just let me cry a little bit longer.
This might be hard to believe, but this is a true fact. If the season ended today, Stro, if you know this, I wonder if these do. The Packers would be the number 2 seed in the NFC playoffs.
We're 3-1-1. What you mean? We're number 1 in NFC North.
Lions lose yesterday.
Number 1 seed is the Buccaneers.
Bucks, yeah. What are they, 5-1?
Yes,
5
they
and
are.
1.
But
That's
they
a fun
lost. But
team.
I mean, the only team that was really good that they played was the Eagles, and they lost to them.
Eagles sitting at 4-2 with their own disaster.
Yeah, Buccaneers are good. I'm just saying.
But it's interesting to feel a certain way about a team and then take a step back and be like, all right, think about everything that you've complained about the Green Bay Packers over the last 3 weeks, and they're still sitting in that 2 spot. That being said, you still can say to yourselves, do you like the way they're playing, and do you like the way they're setting up for the rest of the season? I'd say my biggest complaint over the last 3 weeks in losing, tying, and winning is why after the first 2 weeks can they not play complementary football? If in the first half it's you drive down the field, throw a bad interception, then drive back, get 3 points, have the yard, like you leave it a close enough game. Bengals take all that time off early in the second half, they score. They're going to score. I mean, Joe Flacco threw some good passes when he did have time. It's more so, again, just when you have a schedule laying out like the Packers do, they're good enough and they have the talent to put together a complete football game. And not all 60 minutes are going to be perfect. It's the NFL. But we'd be lying to ourselves if there wasn't something that you're walking away from the game thinking there's just a little bit missing from a satisfaction standpoint. Is that fair?
I think that's fair. I mean, listen, the Packers are in a pretty good spot. You starting off by saying this would be the 2nd seed in the NFC, 3-1-1. There's not a ton to complain about. And I'm not concerned about the Green Bay Packers. Not only do I think they are one of the better teams in the NFL, this league really lacks a great team. So I think Packers' road to the Super Bowl, it's very realistic this year. However, when you play Cleveland, Dallas, Cincinnati without Joe Burrow, you just expect a Super Bowl team to go through those 3 games and look fairly impressive, right? I mean, you don't have to dominate. You don't have to win by 21, but generally speaking, the best teams in this NFL win and win convincingly, particularly to lower opponents. So to me, as I think about this team in the grand scheme of things, right, as we continue to hope and see that maybe the Green Bay Packers make a Super Bowl run this year, they've played 2 great games, and they've had 3 kind of clunkers. And, they went 1-1-1. They seem to play up and play down to their opponent. We've seen that the last 3 weeks. So that sort of all cylinders firing type mentality that we saw at the end of 2023 and the first 2 weeks of the season, haven't seen that the last 3 weeks. And to me, it's kind of a clunky lack of rhythm offense, right? Sometimes Jordan Love makes a great play. Sometimes, Josh Jacobs, it feels like he's piercing through the line. Other times it feels like there's no rhythm at all and bad decisions are being made. And on defense, stumbled across this stat.
Uh-oh.
20 points that this defense has given up in the first half all year. Just 20. 80 points this defense has given up in the second half in overtime and second half. So they're giving up a lot of points in the second half, this defense. So offenses are adjusting, and they're maybe finding out ways and weaknesses that they can go ahead and attack this team. So all is not perfect. There's no concerns. There's no red flags. There's no issues. But there's just enough of tinkering that the Packers need to continue to do as they march to the Super Bowl to where clunkiness, complete games, defense, maybe making their own adjustments to stay focused and to stay as effective as they were in the first half, just enough to keep on tweaking to make sure that they stay at the top of the NFC.
Yeah, I think it's important. One big thing for this defense, because offensively with Green Bay Packers, I want them to be more consistent offensively. But when I look at the defense, that to me right now is the problem, because I kind of got a feel for the offense. The defense-wise, they need to have more playmakers in the sense of actually forcing turnovers. That's something they have not been able to do. They were unable to get to Joe Flacco yesterday because Joe Flacco was getting the ball out of his hand very quickly in the second half. The Green Bay Packers have to find a way to make more plays. They have to find a way not to just create pressure, but you got to finish the job by getting sacks as well. The cornerbacks have to step up. They have to, because, yes, Higgins and Chase, fantastic. Probably the best duo you'll see all year.
That catch Jamar made on Keyshawn.
I mean, it was great defense. But
that was actually good cover. I'm just saying that was holy cow.
Right
he's
after,
a dude.
There's like three guys that
after Carrington Valentine. Like, what are we doing?
Which was fun.
That was too much.
But no, the Green Bay Packers defense, they can't continue to allow what you were talking about, Brad, allow teams to be able to score on them in the second half. If you want to be a championship defense, yes, they allow less than 20 points. Bravo, good job, that's great. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to bury teams like this. The Bengals, who couldn't really get much going on the ground, but also have Joe Flacco in his first game as a starter. You got to bury Joe Flacco. You got to bury their will. They've been unable to finish off these teams the way that we want them to. But based off the way the NFL this year, I'm so glad there isn't a team in the NFL just dominating week in and week out, because it gives us perspective. It lets us know a team like the Eagles, who is a good football team, they're going to have their ups and downs. A team like the Lions, they just lost to a Chiefs team that we understand has a lot of talent. They lost yesterday. Teams are going to have their ups, they're going to have their downs. Right now, the Packers are 3-1-1.
To that point, Kyle, let's just take a little gander over to the AFC. Number 1 seed.
Ooh. Is it
the Indianapolis Colts?
Man, the Colts been moment.
Guess who's the 2 seed? They haven't really played that many good teams, but they're there.
Oh, I'm trying to think of the division. It's not the Bills?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
One loss, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Aaron Rodgers Steelers.
And then the Buffalo Bills. So, again, it just goes.
Bills got 1 or 2 losses.
The Bills have 1.
Yeah.
They're also
Even
4-1.
the Bills are pretty flawed. There's no team where you look at and you're like, I don't know what you're going to do to beat them.
No, that's what makes me hopeful, is the fact that the Green Bay Packers, it is only week number 5 in the NFL season. Listen, it looks like nobody's a complete football team. The Packers just need to keep building and getting better. I like that Matthew Golden shined a little bit. We just got to get this defense to put together a full game. Like Ben said, the whole team come together.
Here's my problem with the floor.
It's still
when you
5.
see Golden do what he's doing, get him the ball with a quick screen, let him go. But, you get him involved more.
That's true.
Do you see how shifty and electric that guy or that fella is, as Alex Strofe would say on Twitter? So he's a shifty fella.
It does seem like Matt LaFleur lets complication seek in too much to the game plan, right?
I mean, because he believes that ain't nobody gonna shine by themselves. It's gonna be within the office that they will shine.
And I get that, and trust me, it's not like they lack any other weapons, right? Tucker Kraft is a great tight end, and Romeo Dobbs has been playing really well. And of course, you got to get Josh Jacobs his touches. But I'm right there with you, Ben. You look at what Golden can do. There is no other player on this roster, maybe outside of Jaden Reed sometimes, that is that electric, right? I mean, Matthew Golden is just pure electricity.
You know how many catches he had yesterday?
He only had 3.
3.
And each one of them was dynamic.
Electric, right? The one on the sideline with a rookie on 3rd down, I believe it was, the big play, over the shoulder, great catch.
Great pass after a horrible pass prior.
Yeah. Unbelievable throw and catch. Yeah, horrible before, but
and the yards after catch, being able to catch it and make dudes look stupid on skates. That is impressive.
And that's where one of the things I had, there are moments where I'm convinced this team's going to win the Super Bowl. There's other moments where I'm like, I don't think they're ready.
What are they doing out there?
I don't think they're ready.
But that's why
duality of this
the last 3 weeks to me have been about Matt LaFleur, because he's the one that has all the ingredients, as we say. Goody gave him the ingredients, and I think I think we all think they're pretty good ingredients. It's like some of the best, meat you can get, right? It's
grass-fed, organic.
Ragu or whatever you like. Ragu.
Wagyu. Still wrong.
Wagyu? Wagyu.
No. Wagyu is right with a W, not ragu like pasta sauce.
Correct.
The best ragu sauce you can get.
He went from $3 pasta sauce to $80 steak.
Yeah, they have some $80, but that's the variance right now. We're seeing some $3.
Probably undershooting it, by the way.
Yeah, we're seeing some $3 pasta, and we're seeing some $100+ steak out there. And it's just staying in that $60 to $70 more consistently of what you're getting from a holistic standpoint throughout the entire game is what I'm looking for moving forward, especially against these opponents they're facing.
Yeah, I mean, you could always take a date to $60, $70 dinner and impress. You can't take a date to a nice restaurant and risk that $3 pasta coming out. Can't have it. Can't roll the dice on that.
Yeah, nice, Brad. Nice.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the Green Bay Packers are going to have to figure out, because teams, to me, when you look at these last 2 weeks, I would say a little bit of a code was cracked against the Green Bay Packers.
Defensively?
Defensively. Get the ball out of your hand quickly. Dak Prescott,
you hold on to it,
yeah.
Boop, you're done.
Dak Prescott, he was able to get the ball out quickly. Also, he was able to use his legs in the pocket and make some incredible throws. Joe Flacco in the second half was able to deliver the ball quickly as well. That is what it is. So at that point, depending on who you're playing, but as you get to the playoffs, you're going to play better wide receivers where you're not going to be able to bring too much pressure because you can't put your corners on the island. So the Packers are going to have to figure out how they can support those corners while also getting to the quarterback. And
this is a conversation we were having before the season, and we're kind of seeing it play out in front of our eyes.
We can't ask for everything. Getting Micah Parsons makes me have to shut up when we're going to have to ride with the boys that we got, even though they did sign Nate Hobbs.
It'll likely still limit big plays, right? Because if you can't let your guys get downfield and do all the things, but you can dink and dunk your way down the field against the Green Bay Packers, because if you're trying to say, okay, less than 2 seconds, we got to get the ball out, more falls on your secondary, you're going to stack up catches. So you limit big plays. I still love our D-line, but that's when your cornerbacks and safeties and even linebackers just got to step up.
Where are you going to take your date?
Where am I going to take my date?
Tonight.
Oh, American Family Field. And American Family Field has the thing that I love the most when I'm sitting there rooting on the Brewers. Man, it's going to be an ice-cold carbless. I might, carbless, if you want to make sure that date, whether with your boys or with your girl, carbless is going to be the one that makes it that much special of a night. I'm raising my can to the Milwaukee Brewers tonight, and me and 43,000 of my closest friends will all be there doing the same thing. So whether you're at home or you're with me at American Family Field tonight, tailgating inside the ballpark, make it a championship-level teammate with a nice cold carbless in your hand. It's 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 gluten, of course 100 calories, and just the right amount of carbonation to make it satisfying. And there is a flavor for every palate. Carbless, October playoff baseball with the Milwaukee Brewers. That's a date made in heaven. It's a date that I can't wait to experience tonight as I'm sipping carbless all night and cheering on the Milwaukee Brewers. Less is more with carbless.
One thing I'll put a hand up for is I've had a lot of nuggets as it pertains to the Milwaukee Brewers recently.
Nuggets.
Stroph's got a nugget.
Nuggets with
Stroph.
It's a golden nugget.
Oh, wow.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN.
Brad.
Kyle.
I know
Kyle.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
94 westbound, you've got delays basically from 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side, you got some backups from Mitchell Boulevard all the way to about 27th Street. So far, it's pretty typical stuff. Southbound on 41, we do have backups from Main Street all the way past Good Hope Road, back on the brakes from Appleton Avenue to Capitol. More delays then, heading through the Zoo interchange all the way down to the Hale on the southbound bypass. The northbound side is slowing down from about Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. And then more delays, of course, southbound on 43 from just before Good Hope Road all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a chance of afternoon showers, a high of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
Fans, don't let dirt and road grime bench your car this October baseball season. Step up to the plate with Tsunami Express Car Wash, where every visit delivers the MVP shine. With unlimited washes, fast lane access, and free vacuums, you can keep your ride looking like a champion all season long for less than $1 a day. And with 7 Milwaukee area locations, including New Berlin, it's easy to score big no matter where you're headed. Join the winning team today at TsunamiExpress.com. That's Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no interest for 3 whole years. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Courtney Cronin.
You lose the locker room when you lose games in dumb fashion, when you can't get the ball into the landing zone on a kick like they did on that Thursday night game the week before against Seattle, when this prevents you from going up 28-6 in the fourth quarter and you let the door open for Tennessee to come back and win that game. That's how you lose the locker room, not based on a very normal and human reaction from Jonathan Gannon here. And I'm not condoning violence, anybody striking a player, but let's be real. He didn't punch him. He looked like, from the fan video, Canty saw the same fan video that you and I have seen. There is one that is out there. Slaps him in those chest pads and looks like he's saying, come on. I'm surprised nobody else did that on the sideline. And maybe they did. Maybe nobody else had their camera out to capture the moment.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza with delicious brands like Palermo's County's Urban Pie and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. Game 1 of the NLCS is tonight. Time has been a mind-bleeping thing. From 3 weeks before the season getting Micah Parsons for the Green Bay Packers, to then it was, all right, we got a week-ish after the end of the season to get to the Brewers. Going up 2-0, getting excited because it could have been a shorter series, to grinding out a Game 5, to next thing, we are here Monday after the Packers play on a Sunday, and all I can think about is getting to 7:08 first pitch. We're going to get there together. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Is it Nugget time with our producer, Alex Strofe?
Ooh. Nuggets with music.
It's actually a singular nugget.
Better be a satisfying nugget.
I hope it is. I hope it is. I hope it fills the nugget craving that Brad Nortman has. Is that a fair? You have an appetite for this nugget?
Yes. There's a nugget-sized hole in my heart, and I'd like it filled.
So, oddly enough, Pat Murphy and Matt LaFleur meeting with the media at the same time. What are the odds of that?
Don't know. Don't care.
Pat Murphy meeting with the media ahead of Game 1 of the NLCS, saying, this is from Todd Rosiak, Journal Sentinel. Pat Murphy says the odds of Quinn Priester pitching tonight are, quote, about 71%, end quote. Rosiak goes on to say he started at 73%, but then dropped it to 71%. So it sounds like we're going to see Priester after
Or
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that he even said that.
But 29% chance we don't see him.
I like the 29%.
That's so Pat Murphy.
It is.
That's so Pat Murphy.
I don't even think he's being coy, and I don't think he has anything to hide. Quinn Priester's the most rested. He threw 40 pitches in 1 inning in Game 3 on the road. Like, he's going to be in a spot now where the opener's Aaron Ashby, and if Ashby can get you 2 efficient innings, maybe you let him go 2, or he gets you 1. And
why
then you bring
show
in
your
Priester
hand at all?
But
because it's not a surprise.
Yeah, there was a soundbite that he had from the last series where he's like, "There's not really this whole level of deceitfulness and whatever else. You know, just eventually the person's going to be out there and people's got to play."
But I mean, then nobody here was thinking, "Oh, Mizorowski's going to be in the second inning."
Yeah, but they knew that it was going to be a bullpen game.
Yeah,
so the lineup's put together for a bullpen game.
I get it. I mean, again,
they knew that it was going to be either Quintana or Priester, and one's lefty, one's righty. But I think it's safe to assume if you're throwing an opener that's a lefty and Aaron Ashby, you're not just going to go, all right, let's go right into Jose Quintana. So
That's true.
Aaron Ashby is the opener. Likely see Quinn Priester.
I love Quinn. Come on.
Yeah,
I believe in you. Just one outing last time.
It would be really great to continue what Trevor McGill did on Saturday. It won't be the same. McGill's a different dude. He's kind of got like he gives me the Screws Loops vibe that I love. Kind of like
6'8" Screws
kind of like the Tucker Kraft tight end Screws Loose kind of thing.
That's a big boy.
But if my overall point is with the history of what we've seen in the NLDS of the first innings with the Cubs and the Brewers, it would be nice to see Aaron Ashby somehow, some way get through Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, or Teoscar, whoever they put 1, 2, 3. Because that would be a great all right, let's settle in. This is a 7-game series. Even if it's not, it's still a 7-game series. But I think all of our hearts could use a little bit of a nice lower resting heart rate after what was just anything Game 5 against the Cubs. I had checked my watch. I was 20 beats higher than I normally was.
Oh, I bet you were. Because there's one thing that's unique about playoff baseball that you don't really get in the regular season. In the regular season, yes, you hit a home run, you score runs. That's going to be met with cheers, just like in the regular season and postseason. What's unique about playoff baseball is like getting out of an inning. A pitcher that gets a couple strikeouts. Like, there is a chance that if Ashby takes the mound and retires Ohtani, Freeman, whoever else they put up there, the electricity in that building will be crazy. More so than even in the regular season. That is so unique to playoff baseball. So starting the series with Ashby taking the mound and going bang, 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 what a way to start.
But the tone that was set in game number 5 against the Cubs of what Trevor McGill was able to do, it was able to give everybody that sense of, all right, we threw inning number 1, right? It was able to get the fans into it. So I think setting the tone is so important with Aaron Ashby. And again, I'm a trust in Aaron Ashby regardless of how much he done made me bite my nails or made me go dip some of my carrots in some dip. I'm going to trust Aaron Ashby.
You have no choice.
Yeah, I have no choice. You're absolutely right.
You better.
I have no choice.
You better sit back, relax, and enjoy, hopefully, the fastball command that he needs to have.
He can't walk, folks. He can't. He just has to have some clean innings. We got to get Aaron Ashby.
Well, but the thing is like what Chad Patrick was able to do in Game 5 when Ashby left the mess. You don't want to leave a mess for Priester.
No.
Especially, again, it's just one of those things where, like, I think it would be great, obviously theoretically, but just from a way the series went against the Cubs, like from all right, this is a new series, start with a first inning clean, then bring somebody in clean. Like, it just would be so good for their mentals because emotionally, this is a tough thing to bounce back from. But here's my nugget. It's not really a nugget, it's just an observation. Did or did not? Did the Seattle Mariners go 14 innings against the Detroit Tigers?
Well, they went 15.
15, sorry.
Yes. Yeah, they sure did. They had to fly across the country.
Did they or did they not beat the Toronto Blue Jays after giving up a home run in the first inning?
The show did.
They did.
Dumper.
15 innings. And then they, on that emotional turnaround with all those pitchers being gassed, found a way to win a baseball game. So that's for those who are worried about the emotional turnaround. It's just how you respond. It's how you put out the effort in this game, and I think they're built for this. I think this season has showed you that they are built for any moment, no matter who's called upon, because that has been the theme of this entire year. I've been telling you about the the Victory Mondays, but there's also a great product created by Palermo's with Cheez-It, the legendary snack cracker, which is now available as a frozen pizza. Each crust is a giant original Cheez-It flavored cracker crust that's square-shaped, ultra-thin, super crispy, and it's the perfect amount of Cheez-It flavor in that crust. On top of each crust are flavors that are perfectly complementing the Cheez-It taste, which includes the Italian 4-cheese, Cheddar Jack Supreme, and the one that Alex Strofe had at my house during the Game 4 watch party, which was, Strofe?
Pepperoni.
With one of the shortest bake times, I was able to put it in, take it out, and feed Strofe so he'd stop whining. You'll be freezing a cheese in just few 8 minutes. Find Cheez-It frozen pizza in your local grocer's freezer aisle. I believe Jason Wilde is out of Matt LaFleur's press conference. He's typically with us at 3:15. We'll get Jason Wilde next, and then we get you ready for Brewers next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Here's the worst thing that happened about Brad Nortman producing Kyle Bruston Nortman, and is Kyle, you know what's going to happen? He's going to have so much softness in his heart for producers.
I lost the guy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Marquette family is hurting. 2 men's lacrosse student athletes were tragically taken far too soon in an accident that has shaken the entire community.
In the face of unimaginable loss, this team continues to show strength, love, and resilience,
embodying what it truly means to be part of the Marquette family.
Now they need us.
You can support the team through the Men's Lacrosse Excellence Fund, with every dollar going to help them during this time of unprecedented challenge. Find the link to help pinned to ESPN Milwaukee's Twitter page.
We are Marquette.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more. Purchase tickets at 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com. That's 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
Coming into the game as 13.5-point underdogs, newly acquired quarterback Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals kept things close with the green and gold as they trailed 24-18 late in the fourth quarter. But a Jordan Love 31-yard completion to rookie Matthew Golden put the game away for a 27-18 win for the Packers. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
There's a lot of things that we have to clean up, but the bottom line in this league is you've got to find a way to win each and every game. And you do it one day at a time, one game at a time. And if you're focused on anything other than that, you're focused on the wrong stuff.
The Packers will gear up to head out west to take on the Arizona Cardinals next Sunday.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because you have a manly truck that you do manly things with, and you don't want the truck bed getting all beat up. You want Rhino Liner by Z-Bart to keep your truck bed man-proof. So man up and ask for Rhino Liner by Z-Bart.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive a free motor for your automated awning with your order. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm going to enunciate the way I normally would as a nerdy fellow that I am.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
You know, you should be confident. You should be feeling yourself.
Holding everybody accountable.
I'm not saying you should be necessarily mad at him, but he bears some responsibility.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Yeah, I don't want to do this for 3 more hours either, so we're good then.
Join Jason Wilde next summer and explore the British landscapes in England, Scotland, and Wales. Text travel to 800-990-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry.
It is Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Joining us now is Jason Wilde. Before we end our ESPN Wisconsin portion of the program and stay with you till 5 o'clock on 94.5 ESPN. Jason, what's going on?
The Brewers are playing Game 1 of the NLCS. That's what's going on.
Yes, sir. Indeed. With your schedule, it probably makes it very tough. But is this something, growing up and being a fan of Yount and the 82 team where, you'd want to take in the environment in American Family Field? Do you have any plans to potentially make that happen?
No, I'm going to take in the environment for a JV volleyball match at Seymour High School. That's what I've got on my docket today. So no, I'll be watching it at home when I'm writing my Packers stories, and I'm eager to see how this goes because obviously the best team in baseball with the best record in baseball is a prohibitive underdog against the big bad Dodgers. So hoping that we have a happy ending here.
And as a storyteller and as someone, who appreciated what the 82 team brought, what do you think is the most compelling story that you wish you could write about this Brewers team?
I think it starts with Pat Murphy, but I shared something from his conversation with Bob Costas on social media yesterday, and at last count, it had, which does not happen very often because I'm not on social media anymore, 2,600 likes, has been retweeted 266 times. It's him talking about how it's about, you have to follow the analytics and it's data, but it's about the people, the success that people think that we're having. It's about the who, and the who is everything to me. I loved that so much. I think that applies to everything, whether it's much lower levels of teams in any sport or whether it's the KBN team or the Wilde and Tausch team or whoever it is. I just thought, I love his kind of college college baseball coach as a major league manager approach, and they've got a lot of guys that are very easy to root for.
Jason, shifting gears to the Green Bay Packers, a stat that...
Such a brilliant segue.
Yeah.
Papa Bear. Nicely
shifting
done.
gears. No one's ever said that before in the radio waves, that's for sure.
Clever.
A nugget, that the term we've been using now on this show for the last hour, has crossed my desk about this Green Bay Packers defense. Green Bay Packers defense has allowed 20 points in the first half of games so far this season, but 80 points in the second half and overtime. So maybe there's adjustments going on at halftime, something's figured out, fatigue. Is there any level of, maybe not as far as saying concern, but has the trend of teams having success against the Packers defense in the second half, has that been noticed by players and coaches, and are they taking any steps to try to alleviate that?
It definitely has been noticed, Brad. In fact, I asked Matt LaFleur about that trend. I think they've given up 102 total points on the season. 80 of the 102 have been after halftime, and 63 of those 80 have been in the fourth quarter and overtime. I mean, that is crazy. And so I asked LaFleur about it yesterday, and he said it would be irresponsible of me to answer that question without having looked at the tape. So today, obviously, he knew I was going to ask. And he said he and Hafley had just been talking about it. Like, are we not conditioned enough, right? Are we running out of gas? You know, they had that opening drive of the second half that was 10-plus minutes long and 17 plays.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe that's part of it. You know, he said, are we not rotating enough guys? But he said the way they're playing in the first half, they're getting all these 3-and-outs, so their guys are fresh. So it is a conundrum as to why that has happened. And he corrected me, and I think accurately so. Like the stuff in the Browns game is misleading, right? Because, you know, they're up 10-3, and then they give up the touchdown, and they give up the game-winning field goal. They have their own game-winning field goal potentially, get blocked. So that's kind of misleading. It's really the last two games because, again, if we also look at the first two games, I thought Homer, and he said this, I think, in both of the Green Bay game night episodes, like, he changed the final score. Like, the final score in the Lions game was 27-13, but it was really more like 27-6
because of Tesla.
And then the Commanders game, the final was 27-18, right? Which now they've had two games that the final score is 27-18. That's weird, right?
Very weird.
But that game was more like, 27-3 or 27-10. So I think it's a good question, Brad, not just because I asked the same thing of LaFleur, but nobody really has a good answer for you.
Jason, at this point, when will Matt LaFleur decide, you know what, we should probably feature Matthew Golden a little bit more in this offense?
Never. Sorry.
But isn't it, you're not impressed. 3 catches, 80-plus yards. I mean, shouldn't he be getting the rock?
I didn't say I wasn't impressed.
But shouldn't he be getting the rock more? Wouldn't that be a negative, detrimental to the team not to try to feature him a little bit more with more chances to get the ball in his hands to do something with it? That yak.
I am so fascinated by the way you are such a diehard Packers fan, and yet I feel like if we did some sort of empirical study, we would find that most of your questions have a negative angle to them. Do you think that's a fair critique?
I try to get to the bottom of why they aren't doing certain things that can help them be successful. That's what that is.
Good spin zone, Kyle. I'm proud of you.
Nice.
Nice work.
Very nice.
Look, I understand what you're saying, and strangely enough, I asked him specifically about Matthew Golden as well, and about his, advancement and improvement. And at the same time, I thought it was really interesting that he basically took the question and answered it initially as basically, look, we like what Matthew's done. We're really thrilled with his progression. He made 3 big plays for them yesterday. But then he flipped it to, but we got all these other guys we need to have involved too. And talking about all these mouths to feed. So, no.
Some mouths ain't as good. Some mouths ain't as big and good as others. I want the big mouth guy.
I don't know how to respond to that.
He no matter what you said there, Jason, if it wasn't yes, Matthew Golden's going to get more touches, then it was going to be unsatisfying for one. Kyle Wallace.
He got a lot of mouths to feed, but it seems to be that Matthew Golden may be the best one of the bunch.
Okay, Tucker Kraft had 2 targets yesterday.
Yeah, that's a problem too.
Yeah.
So, all right. So where do you draw the line? Like, look, let's be honest. Romeo Doubs has played really well this season, but he got 9 targets yesterday. Right? That's a lot. As of through 5 games, here are your target numbers for the Green Bay Packers, and this is inflated by the 9 that he had yesterday. Romeo Doubs 28, Tucker Kraft 22, Matthew Golden 19. Josh Jacobs, 19. Dontavion Wicks, 18. They haven't had Reed since, the second game that he got hurt in? So he's got 5 targets. Christian Watson, who's coming back at some point here, has 0 targets. So there's 2 more mouths to feed. Luke Musgrave has 6 targets. That feels like about the right number, although LaFleur did say they'd like to get him more involved. But 28, 22, 19, 19, 18, how would you like to change that dispersal of targets when Kraft has 22, Golden has 19, and Romeo Doubs has been pretty damn reliable for them?
I think that's well put for Kyle to noodle on. I got to tell everyone about the Princeton Club, Jason. We appreciate the time.
We got to go. All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. And if you are in the Madison or New Berlin area, make sure you head on over to the Princeton Club because you can have a strong body, a strong mind, and help provide a strong community. Cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin. They have something for everyone, open 24/7, free childcare with the membership. It honestly is amazing because you walk in, you feel them cheering for you. There's every reason for you to go get a tour. No goal is too big or too small. Go to the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. Jim, Matt, and Molly up next in Madison, the Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam. And guess what? We're here for another hour. Kyle Brust-Norman continues next.
Got delays along eastbound 94 from about Barker Road to Brookfield Road, then back on the brakes just before 84th Street to Hawley Road, and again coming out of the Stadium Interchange. The westbound side is backing up from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 43, a heavy ride from Good Hope Road all the way down past Bender Road, back on the brakes from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River. Southbound 41, very heavy ride coming in from Main Street all the way to Good Hope Road, back on the brakes just before Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. Another quick spot of heavy traffic right past Burleigh. Northbound slow from Mayfair Road up to Capitol. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a chance for afternoon showers, a high of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All the antics.
Why the hell are we still doing encores? I go to the Killers, and they leave the stage. Oh, thank you. Good night. Oh, I can't believe they didn't play Mr. Brightside.
All the action.
Yes, they've underachieved with Micah Parsons. The way they started out, I would take 3-1. This feels like a loss, more like 2-2. It's fine. There's no panic.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
Brewers fans, it's time to rally. Join us Thursday night for an NLCS Game 3 watch party. Presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino and sponsored by Surfside. Catch every pitch, every swing, and every big moment with the Hometown Call. Broadcasting live inside the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and the electric energy of Brewers fans coming together as the crew fights for another postseason win. It all happens Thursday night at 5 o'clock. The Game 3 watch party. Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. 620 WTMJ, your home for Brewers baseball.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN, and our Brewers are born for greatness.
Well, this series,
it's been everything we thought it might be.
Pomerantz deals. Fly ball left center. Crow Armstrong is on the move. He's running out of room. It's gone! William Contreras gives the Brewers a 1-0 lead.
No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness.
Middle of the order coming up for the Cubs, the 1-0. Fly ball right center. That is trouble. Back is Perkins, and it is gone. Into the Cubs bullpen, a solo homer for Seiya Suzuki. A drive out to left. It is back. Hap at the track at the wall. Bye, baseball. Long live Andrew Vaughn. And Terang, a fly ball to center. Crow Armstrong's back at the track. It is gone. Bryce Terang, an October moment, gives the Brewers insurance here in the 7th.
No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness.
Patrick trying to send the Brewers to the bottom of the 7th with a 2-1 lead. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Chased a cutter off the plate away. Chad Patrick retires all 5 he faces tonight. Uribe deals to Carson Kelly. Swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it. And the Brewers are going to the championship series. They take 3 of 5 from the Chicago Cubs. And the Brewers have a date with the Dodgers.
We find ways to win. Like sometimes we win with little ball, they say. Sometimes we pitch great. Sometimes we hit homers.
The city of Milwaukee is on fire tonight.
And now they get another chance Monday night against the Dodgers right here.
You better damn believe it. You better damn believe it.
No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness.
The NLCS begins tonight at American Family Field, 7:08 first pitch. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, UKB Nation at 800-990-3776. That is the Carveless Talk and Text line. List is more, and we're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, where the high and righteous Cubs fans are telling Wisconsinites how to be classy.
I know the hell they not.
Billy's giving a lesson on being classy on YouTube.
Spicy in that chat.
Props to me, I held back. But
from a timeout or a ban?
Yeah, well, no, I was on Twitter last night, and I don't know if it got any attention. I saw it right after it was tweeted, but there was allegedly a marketing professor at Northwestern University who was in the Brewers' comments. You know how they posted that video of the L flag over the bean in Chicago?
Yeah.
About how classless this is, and she's going to use it as a speaking point in her classes at Northwestern this week.
What a waste of time.
Higher education is
I was going to reply to her, and I was like, you know what? Probably not in my best interest to argue with a professor.
No, the professor, sorry, I know you work at Northwestern, but man, what a waste of time. What a waste of money at that prestigious, expensive-ass school to talk about marketing. Guess what, dummy? You're just talking about them throwing it on the thing, so you're bringing attention. That's great marketing, is it not?
One would say.
My goodness. I guess I could work at Northwestern.
Spin zone.
It's not.
For real quick here. Back in May, the Cubs tweeted, "This is my crew," and put the W flag on their Twitter.
Yeah.
Like let's not act like the Brewers have done anything it's so, oh my gosh, can you believe they threw out the L flag? Like this. Get over it. Stop crying. You lost. Move on. It's not classless. They won the series. They're dancing on your grave. And if you win, you could have danced on the Brewers' grave.
They would have.
And it's what makes rivalries fun. I mean, this is what makes sports fun.
For me, it's just the we're so above you thing. What?
Don't you think it's a little
7 of the last 8 years the Brewers have made the playoffs?
Yeah, we have.
And sure, the success has not been there, but the Cubs are not going to the NLCS. The Brewers are, and you won a series for the first time in 8 years, and now you're going to try and lecture us on what to do?
Yeah, no,
get out of my face! It's crybaby, wham, wham, wham.
Ain't nobody not gonna go to Brewers game because they disrespected the bean downtown. That you're talking about the same fan base that calls our American Family Field Wrigley North. You don't think that's disrespectful to call something Wrigley North? That's crazy. And for her to say that again. Matter of fact, fire her ass. She's wasting students' time putting in her lesson plan. I hope the students walk out.
All right, I found the tweet. Classless social media from an MLB team. You should be embarrassed.
No.
I'll share your lack of sportsmanship with my students to illustrate what not to do.
Oh, no.
This is someone who's never played high-level sports. Yeah, I promise you that.
Yeah, she should stick to teaching in the classroom. What a waste of time.
Oh, no. She's old.
$5,000.
She's older, probably older professor.
Well, she needs to retire.
Probably spent her whole life rooting for the Cubs to get it done, and like now that they got it done, like she's like,
she's trying to use her clout. My clout.
Yeah. I know what's best for everyone when it comes to sports teams tweeting at each other.
And
I'm so ridiculous.
My podium to tell my students how classless it is.
I'm gonna use my microphone to say how she is.
John in Milwaukee called me to react to the story, and he said, I can't say anything I'm about to say on the air, so I'm just going to say it to you. He swore 3 times.
Yeah, perfect. I agree. That's crazy that somebody would say that.
I just love like the pompous energy of like, take it from us. We're the classy ones.
Kyle made the right point. You know, like you do the Wrigley North and it's not a rivalry, and I
and then cry and complain after.
Right.
Like,
you're
what do we
so
do?
classless.
One thing I want to bring up here as the series is about to begin. There's one player I have my eye on. Who's that player?
For the Brewers?
For the Brewers.
Well,
Bryce Terang.
Nope.
Christian Yelich.
There you go.
Yeah.
Christian Yelich wasn't bad. He wasn't great. He was solid to good. You need Christian Yelich to step up and be somebody. 263, not bad. 364 on base. Bad slugging percentage, 679 OPS. He was under 700 OPS, which is like average. My big thing is when I look at that Ribby column, 0.
Yeah,
he had opportunities.
He needs to play more like William Contreras.
We've been seeing a little too much of the whole, like, giving me flashbacks of, the dribbling grounders to first and second base right now. That first game when they went double, it was. I don't think he was a part of that. It was actually the third or second inning because they were going through the order so fast. Slap won the opposite way. Like, just need to see him get some extra base hits. Like, all of them, I believe, he had 1 double. Other than that, everything's been singles or walks, and that's good. And I understand what I'm preaching right now is putting pressure on the Dodgers pitchers so you can get to the bullpen. But you need your stars to star, especially when there's a lot of stars that can start any moment in the lineup for the Dodgers. You know Jackson Churrio's not afraid of the moment. We know that William Contreras is a dog.
Hang up the phone. Get on the phone, Chris.
You know I know.
Get on the phone.
You know what I know? I saw a clip. I'm glad somebody shared this of William Contreras. When he crossed home plate on one of his homers, he started waving a fake rally towel with the fans.
Get the fans
He
up.
just he gets it from the Players Tribune article to the way that he played in that series, hitting timely home runs to catching with a broken finger all year and catching for 80 million different pitchers. He is the heartbeat right now. And I know you can have the mantra of you don't need one guy to carry more than anyone else on the team. But in reality, there's going to be guys that need to perform at a high level, and those are your stars. And Yelich needs to star. I need him to star. I can't see any more grounders to second and first in big moments.
You're exactly right, Ben, because the series, it's so reflective of the 2018 series, right? I mean, you can't, obviously it's the same teams, but Yelich and Woodruff, who's not on the roster right now, is the one guy that is the common thread from 2018 to this year when the Brewers played the Dodgers. That 2018 season for Yelich was unbelievable, right? MVP, he was a stud. But if you remember the playoff run, he didn't perform that well. And specifically in that series 7 years ago, Christian Yelich was 179 batting average and 624 OPS. I mean, that's bad. Like, in so far in this playoffs, he's been okay. Not terrible, he's been okay. If you're going to beat the Dodgers, like we couldn't do 7 years ago, many reasons why we couldn't. But Christian Yelich not playing at an MVP level was one of the many reasons why you couldn't pull it out in Game 7. And this year, if the Brewers are going to beat the Dodgers and go to the World Series, you have to have your MVP caliber players. And the guy that was the most productive hitter on your team throughout the whole season, Christian Yelich, do that, if not more. Rise to the occasion and put his best foot out there. Not necessarily play like an MVP, but play like an all-star. Christian Yelich has it in him, and if the Brewers are going to win, he must do that.
And as you're saying that right now, I mean, yesterday when you're watching the Seattle Mariners game, their big guy and the big dumper in Kyle Rowley hit a home run, right? Just right now, if you're watching the game right now, if you're seeing the update, Julio Rodriguez, their all-star, hit a home run, right? 3-run home run. So it is so important for the big stars to come out because in these moments when the other guys are tight, right? When you look at a Joey Ortiz, you're not expecting too much from a Joey Ortiz. When you're looking at a Caleb Durbin, you're not expecting that much from a Caleb Durbin. But when you look at a Christian Yelich, you need him to step up in this lineup, just like Jackson stepped up, just like Contreras stepped up. You need for your big dogs to step up, so then when the other cats on the team, when they come through, it's just adding on. But in games like this, you got to be able to pounce. You got to be able to capitalize. And that is exactly why you need Christian Yelich to be able to have a great series, because the better he plays, clearly, the more opportunity you have to be successful to move on to the World
Let's
Series.
be honest with ourselves here. How many times for the best players in all of baseball do you always ask, why haven't they had their big moment yet? That's the conversation that was going around for Aaron Judge. Now, I love Christian Yelich, and he's been a great leader of this team. In the playoffs, he hasn't been somebody where you were like, yeah, he's had this great playoff career as a Milwaukee Brewer. He has. And I'm still waiting for that Christian Yelich moment. He needs to get it in a series like this for them to continue to go on this magical run. Because he's been part of this magical run. Did he finish with 20? Did he finish with 29?
29 home runs.
Yeah, again, it was 100 plus RBIs. He's not the MVP caliber, Christian Yelich, but he still is a guy that has the potential and is a guy that when Pat Murphy batted him leadoff in game 4 or 3, he said, well, why is he there? Well, I want him to get as many at-bats as possible. And I found it funny that he moved him away from that spot in the game 5. I digress. I'm more so saying they look to him as a guy who can do something for this team in big moments, and he has to deliver in these moments.
And when you talk about delivering in these moments, right, the guys that led you this season, a guy that we were looking for, he was basically non-existent during this series until it was a big moment. We're talking about Bryce Terang. When he stepped up, when these guys step up in these moments, they lift up your team. So that's why it's so important for Christian to also add to that.
It's one of the superpowers that the Brewers have is that their lineup goes 1 through 9. Maybe not Joey Ortiz really puts the fear of God in your heart, but you
defensively
never,
you do.
Definitely defensively, but you never know who that guy is going to be who's going to strike the bat, hit the home run, keep the hits going, and extend the inning. So they really all do contribute. But you got to have your studs be at the top because the Dodgers have studs, and you got to be able to go toe for toe with them. They're going to get theirs, right? I mean, you can't contain Shohei and Freeman and Betts in the whole group. So you got to get yours, and you can't really expect that all the time of someone like Bryce Terang, but you sure can expect it from Christian Yelich.
They just got to be themselves, though, right? They got to be the team. We just saw how many times in this past series against the Cubs did we have hits with 2 outs, RBIs with 2 outs, right? Like I believe every single home run they hit in Game 5 was 2 outs, right? And so the Brewers have to be able to continue to be clutch like that, and they have to capitalize on any mistake that's going to be made by the Dodgers. The Brewers has got to be the team they've been the entire season. That's why I feel so confident going into this series. I don't give a damn about how much money that the payroll is. I care about the fact that throughout 162 game season, the Milwaukee Brewers displayed to us exactly who they are, and they did the same thing against the Cubs. They displayed to us who they are, and I expect nothing different against the Dodgers. Let's bring on them damn Dodgers, and let's go. Let's take care of business.
Alex Strofe, do you have a good Wheel of Strofe?
Wheel of Strofe!
I'll take that as a yes. Wheel of Strofe with Alex Strofe, hitting everything you need to know. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Love you.
What?
Love you.
Love you too.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm Debbie Laziga, southbound on 43, backing up from just before Silver Spring, pretty much solid all the way through the Marquette down to the KK River crossing. Northbound's just got a couple of pockets right around the North Avenue curve up towards Locust. The westbound side of 94 slowing down just west of 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's got some backups coming out of the Barker Road area. And again, back on the brakes from 84th Street to Hawley Road and the Stadium to about 27th Street. Northbound 41, watch for delays from Mayfair all the way up to Capitol. Southbound is going to be slow from Brown Deer Road down to Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, a chance of afternoon showers, a high of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laziga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
You had 3 games that weren't that close. Cincinnati stinks. Jake Browning Nagel has thrown 8
interceptions. On the bright side, he hasn't lost a fumble, so he's got that going for him.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The Packers are 14.5-point favorites to open.
I don't think that's enough.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have, or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
We all have someone we know or love that has been affected by some form of cancer.
No matter how well you love and support them and try to be there for them, you can never really know what a person is feeling after hearing the words, "You have breast cancer."
Only another person that has been through this experience can really understand what it feels like.
ABCD, After Breast Cancer Diagnosis, is a Milwaukee-based organization known around the world.
When someone calls ABCD, they are matched with a mentor who is a breast cancer survivor of similar age and has the same type of breast cancer who can provide hope when people need it the most.
Kessler's is excited to announce that we've designed 3 new Hope pendants to honor breast cancer patients, survivors, thrivers, and caregivers.
100% of the net proceeds, along with an additional donation from Kessler's, will support ABCD when you purchase the symbol of hope.
You can find a link with more information about ABCD, along with all 3 modern designs starting at just $75 in sterling silver and $598 in gold, online at KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Need more vibe, Strofe. We're getting too close to 7:08. Come in a little too chill and mellow.
Yeah. I'm trying to mellow myself out.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, Kyle. That's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust.
Headbangers, baby.
Alongside Brad Nortman. Strope's running the show. 800-990-3776. That worked. I don't know why you're still playing this damn song. Thank you. Yeah. Pat Murphy's team.
Something's gonna make you hype. Make you wanna bite off kneecaps with one boy. Who said that?
Dan Campbell, obviously.
Break some bats.
All right, how about this? Lineup is out for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Now you gotta do some headbanger type voice.
Batting first.
Yeah.
Moving from left to right. Field. Jackson Churio. All right.
Hey.
Where is Salvatore? Batting second. The man I just called out, I need an RBI. Christian Yelich.
This is real deep.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
Wild Bill. Catching and batting third. The man who hit the bomb for insurance at second base, the Platinum Glover. Bryce Terang.
He's going to pass out.
Yeah, don't right now, I know.
With the lefty Blake Snell on the mound, we got number 5 in the order. First base, Andrew Vaughn. He's moving to center field from right field. Oh! Batting sixth, Salvatore.
Salvatore center field errors underway.
And he's seventh, Mr. Consistent over at third. Caleb looks like a third base in softball derby. He's the utmost third baseman. Just looks like a guy who played third base in softball. And shaking it up in the eighth of the order. No Blake Perkins. Left fielder, Isaac Collins.
All right, young kid's back. The rookie's back.
And of course, ninth, Joey Ortiz.
Yeah. Yeah, good job.
So, Jackson Churio in right, Sal in center, Isaac Collins in left.
Makes sense.
What does make sense as well is you're seeing righty-lefty, 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 righty switch hitter / lefty. Joey Ortiz righty. I shouldn't have done that for my voice.
Yeah,
you got a
you might be
whole
getting some
week.
polyps soon, my man. Like me.
Well, I mean, he's used to talking a lot. You went from never talking
that's
to
true.
talking for 3 hours straight every
That's
day.
very true.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
So
Can you guys take over for a second while I get some water?
I was so distracted by the voice. So we've got who? Churio?
Jackson Churio.
Jackson in right, Yelich DHing, Terang, or excuse me,
Terang batting.
The only real change is Blake Perkins out of the lineup. And Isaac Collins is back.
I like it. I like it.
I do too. I say with a high voice. I'm a little confused on why they didn't use Collins like at all in the first series.
I'm with you, and then it's like, hey, game one.
Now he's
Here you go.
Now he's starting against Snell tonight, right?
That is correct. That is correct. I will say, during Game 5, I felt like Blake Perkins kept coming up in really big situations.
Yeah, not coming through.
And it wasn't coming through. So shake it up a little bit. Not that Blake is bad. It's great to have a great utility
I have a
outfielder.
quick follow-up question. If you want me to crank up the music, you guys know I like rock music. I'm fine doing that. But also, we have a country song that typically plays for Brian Balaga. Are we nixing the country song today?
Oh, you gotta stay consistent.
Yeah, stay
though.
with
We're
Brian.
not gonna rebrand Brian
I only have one
Balaga.
bump song left then, so I
Got
really
some
got to bring it.
famous friends. I like that song.
Yeah.
It's not pumping me up the bite kneecaps.
Oh, it's
I mean,
for
maybe-
Brian Balaga.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl winner gets to choose his
Yeah,
music.
it's so on brand for Brian. Can't
Boy,
change it up.
I don't know, but that song takes me back to like high school football locker room, pushing each other for no reason, being a dumb
yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys didn't do that at Brewers?
Oh, no, that's
Yeah,
exactly.
of course we did.
No, I didn't do it in high school. We would always have our strength trainer. He would play like that.
Oh, I'm sure in the locker room.
At
That's why I got
6
so
a.m. in the
beefy.
morning, I was like, oh, man.
Too loud.
Turn it down.
On a grainy sound system, probably.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I like headbanger music.
Which one's this one? Wah! Is that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
They built songs differently back then.
I saw Disturbed in concert last year. 20th anniversary of this album.
They played the
All right, here we
song?
go, boys.
Are we doing Wheel of Strophe?
We can.
All right, make it quick.
It's time for the
Wheel of Strophe.
Dr. Denver Dan on YouTube says, Strophe, you need to play like some Lil Wayne for Brian just to mix it up and see what he
That
says.
could be kind of fun. I don't think he'd say anything. No, he's too nice. All right, fellas, the Wheel of Strophe. Another day, another buckarooning, another day for a Brewers victory.
There we go, baby.
Yeah.
Where's the wheel? It's behind the monitor there.
Oh, I wanted
Yeah,
to see how
it's-
long you'd go.
Now,
Have him look.
we already wasted time with me losing my voice to heavy metal.
They're going to have an aneurysm. Oh, that
What a
it-
spin.
It seems odd.
Blue!
Blue for the Lions after they lose to the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. What? Brian Branch pushing Juju Smith-Schuster down, now suspended a game. You guys see that little scuffle at the end of the game last night?
Listen, he wild. And Juju, the thing, Juju got hit And then Juju must have thought he was still in the game because he got hit and then he fell. And then I think he realized, wait a minute, the game's over. I can't go out like this. And then Brian Branch got his helmet and swung around and Juju came out bleeding.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. Juju, you can't do no TikTok with a bloody nose like that.
You got to pick one or the other. You're either the victim and you fall all the way down and you don't get back up, or you just kind of fall back and come right back at him. Juju, he middled it.
He middled it.
He middled it.
He middled it.
He was
shoot. I gotta retaliate.
He was playing kind of scared. At that point, Juju, you gotta throw some hands. You can't just let nobody do that to you.
I wonder what he said to him.
Brian Branch was on one. Because Brian Branch didn't shake the hand of Patrick Mahomes. And then he went to Juju, and Juju didn't look like he was doing nothing. He just muffed him. And he got suspended. Well deserved.
What's next?
Will!
That doesn't sound right. I need a rock one.
Bro, I gotta save my voice.
All of you gotta do it.
What's next?
Why'd you sound like?
I don't know.
Like a wrestler.
I don't know.
Like a pro wrestler. Right
yeah. My voice hurts now.
Has the wheel become
the wheel's loose?
I WD-40'd it.
Oh.
Yeller.
Push-ups.
Almost had to do push-ups.
That's rad.
Get to work.
Get down and give me 40.
Give me 15.
42 for the
37 for Iowa.
Yeah,
No,
37.
it's just why y'all gotta bring that back up?
Because
I have
it's the
moved
reality.
on. I have
It's the
moved
reality.
on from the fact that the Wisconsin Badgers got absolutely destroyed by the Iowa
You need
Hawkeyes.
to get into the acceptance phase.
Where do we go from here, though?
We've had this conversation.
Like money, but here's my problem. It's like Luke Fickell can fix all this by simply getting people to donate. I always just look at Texas Tech. Look what they were able to do. They just got all this money infused
But
into
that's
the
the problem
program.
too. Like he doesn't connect with the alumni. There's something about him that doesn't connect, so he can't raise money
Wait
either.
a minute. So he's not connected with alumni at all?
No, he tries, but it's not connecting.
Yeah,
Or
does
there's
he
a
connect with you?
Well,
You don't listen to him and
he
think-
loses.
I'm saying not for money, but when you look at him, do you connect with
If
him?
I
Do you
had
identify
a
with
vision.
him?
And to actually implement it on the field.
Kyle Wallace, you have so much money that you're like, hey, I have $20 million. I'm looking to give it to University of Wisconsin.
If I had $20
you would give it to Luke Fickell?
I would give it to Luke Fickell, and I say, Luke, I'm the captain
man.
now. I'm the captain now. This is what we doing. I want him. I want him. I want him. I want him. That's what we doing. And then I would say, hey.
So you want to be the general manager?
Yes, I want them to understand. If I give you $20 million,
Then what about
I'm
when the
deciding.
team goes out there and struggles because they're soft
And you
they
pick
can't
those
execute?
players.
I would tell Mac, I'm going on the field and I'm firing his ass now. Give me the headset, Luke. Give me the headset.
Yeah, and this is why
Call and play. I donated $20 million.
we're trying to fix the
You gave all
Badgers,
your
and
money?
you just showed us how this wouldn't fix
No,
it.
$20 million to fix all of this. Luke Fickell would be a great coach if he had $20 million.
Cheated on that spin. But
Yeah.
Good spin,
slide.
bro.
Let it slide.
And
Get back down and give me 20.
And it's the red. He did all that extra for red.
All right, we're done here.
Oh my God. How many did you do?
I didn't count. I probably like 20. I'm getting really good at them.
Do you feel good? You feel strong?
I feel stronger than I was months
Yeah.
ago.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
really
Good at them. They're called push-ups.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did you not do push-ups prior to this? You didn't
Not
do the presidential
regularly.
fitness test at all? or
Well,
no?
back then I did. I haven't been in high school in 10 years, Kyle.
To do a push-up, we're not talking about like lifting or squatting 300
easy
pounds.
from the guy I've never seen do a push-up during the
I've
segment.
legitimately done push-ups in this segment many times. What are we talking about? But the one thing I want to talk about, not Strofe, but Universal Windows Direct. And listen, it's October. You know what that means. The weather is starting to shift a little bit. The mornings are more crisp. The evenings are a little bit cooler. And before long, y'all know those chilly fall breezes will turn into full-blown winter. If your home's already feeling a draft or your energy bill is creeping up, now is the time to do something about it before the cold sets in. And doing something about it means working with my friends at Universal Windows Direct. Check this out right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, absolutely no limit. Plus, enjoy 0% financing for 3 whole years. And on top of that, because they love y'all, KBN Nation, get an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. Buy 2, get 2, 0% financing for 3 years, and $500 off your project. Oh, you can't beat that with UWD. So call them today at 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And just like me, KBN Nation, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I really hope my voice doesn't go away after yelling the Brewers starting lineup.
Yeah, you
committed.
All in.
Committed.
That was all in. Get some water, man.
I'm going to go get some water. We'll have Brian Balaga in a little bit. Next.
Uh-oh.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
I legitimately understand sugar.
Is it good, Brad?
It's unbelievable. It's so good. I'm changed. Not for the better.
Come on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Westbound 94, we are seeing some delays right through the stadium interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard, so that little chunk right there. On the eastbound side, well, let me start in Waukesha County really quick. Highway 164 all the way past Barker Road. That's the one chunk that you're going to see delays. And then you're also going to see delays from about 84th Street through the stadium interchange to about 35th Street. On southbound 43, we got some backups from just south of Silver Spring all the way down through the Marquette, down to the KK River. Luckily, northbound's not looking that bad, just a little backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue up towards North Avenue. Northbound side of 4394 is looking pretty clear at this point. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a chance for afternoon showers, a high of 64. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Any coach will tell you, games are won in the preparation. The same's true in cybersecurity. Trend Micro helps businesses move from reactive to proactive with cyber risk exposure management. That means real-time visibility into your risks across cloud, email, endpoints, and networks. For over 35 years, enterprises worldwide have trusted Trend Micro to prepare, protect, and perform. Don't wait for the next threat to blow the whistle. Get secure now at trendmicro.com, because the best defense is being ready before the game even starts.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
I'd like you to listen to a little question and answer session with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, why James?
I do feel like that we are partnered, again, as opposed to being sold to.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
If I need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
That works for you and the business, right, Preston?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to worry about it.
Plus, there's IT-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems.
I've got information that I can then go to my superiors with and say, hey, here's how we can save a little bit of money.
And
then I kind of look like the hero, too.
Want to be the hero in your office? Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Brewers Dodgers 7:08 first pitch, game 1 of the NLCS. Kyle Bruston Nortman with you till 5 o'clock. Aaron Ashby on the mound against Blake Snell. Aaron Ashby opening for what is likely Quinn Priester. 71% chance, according to Pat Murphy, that Priester is out there. Take it for what it's worth. 800-990-3776 is the Carbos Talking text line. I pulled up Aaron Ashby lifetime against the Dodgers hitters.
Yeah.
Ooh, do tell.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear this.
It's already fascinating seeing that he is a 5.79 ERA in the 4.2 innings that he was pitched.
Okay. Okay.
4 Ks, 4 walks, not great. 4 walks in 4 innings, not great. Honestly, not bad, except for one main key fella.
Oh, don't say Shohei.
Shohei Ohtani. 2 for 2. Small sample size, but 2 for 2 with Ribby against Ashby.
Okay.
So, but like the reason why it's interesting is because the idea, obviously, of opening Ashby is lefty-lefty, lifetime against Shohei. He sees him pretty well. Other than that, Mookie 0 for 1. Tasker's never seen him. Freddie's 1 for 4. Will Smith 0 for 1. And Edmund 2 for 7. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Shohei Ohtani's pretty good. I mean, left-handed, right-handed, don't matter. He's going to hit them all.
Anybody he's going to make contact with.
I get it. I'm just pointing out the fact that if you're opening with him, it's probably because, you want to get off to a good start, and I will be very much looking forward to seeing Shohei hopefully walk to the dugout, not around the bases.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm confident. Aaron Ashby, listen, it's not you, it's Pat Murphy. I'm confident in Pat Murphy. So if Pat Murphy believes in you, then I do too. It's that simple. And he was good during the regular season.
I'm with that, but you used him a hell of a lot. Let's be honest.
A hell of a lot. He played in 4 to 5 games, I want to say. And then on top of
he
that,
gobbled up a couple of some innings, a couple of those.
Yeah,
games.
he was stressful. He was stressful to watch after his first outing. He was very stressful to watch.
I think it's the glasses.
But it's okay to say, like, I'm intrigued by this move that Pat Murphy made.
Oh, yeah. I am shocked that he's going with this move. Especially
I'm just having a real conversation.
Because Aaron Ashby was the opener in game, what?
2.
It was game 2?
Yeah. That was the bullpen game.
Yeah, and he...
Was there another game, too?
No, that was supposed to be, in our minds, the Ashby to Priester.
Yeah, and it didn't start too well. So
got it done. To the contrary, no Brewers player has many hits against Blake Snell, but not a lot of at-bats. Yelich is 2 for 6.
And the Brewers have had success against Snell before in the past as a team. So,
well, I'm saying the guys on the roster: Churio for 2, 2 Ks. Yikes! Yelich 2 for 6. William 1 for 3. Turang 0 for 1. Vaughn 0 for 2. Frelick 0 for 2. Collins 0 for 1. Ortiz 0 for 1.
So like they haven't seen him.
They haven't seen him. I'm not going to do a best bet, but what I will say is there's one thing that caught my eye: William Contreras to score a run or to get an RBI. Plus 133 seems kind of...
To do either?
To do either.
Oh, wow.
Score a run or get a ribby.
Wait a minute. You asked what? To do what?
Either.
And
you said
to do either?
As if he had you. You could have just said yes.
But I think it's more fascinating that he said either and I said either. And they're like, another one of those. We've had many conversations about the English language. Why isn't it just one?
I
don't know.
I
would
either or.
I would hate to be a foreign person to the America university and like going to school or something and trying to learn the English language. It would be ridiculous.
It is.
It makes no sense.
It does
and
not.
Somehow it became the prevailing language across the world.
Oh, well, that's what happens when the U.S. gets a hold of something. We're going to make it the best.
I feel like it was more England that did that.
No, I mean, they did it, but then
that's sort of that world conquest?
But then you know what?
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and jump in here. I think you should stop.
I'm American. What can I say? I have a flooded view.
I'm glad you jumped in, Strofe. Let's see, let him drown. Brewers fans, it's time to rally. Join on Thursday night for an NLCS Game 3 watch party presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. Catch every pitch, every swing, and every moment with the Hometown Call broadcast live inside the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. The Hometown Call, I mean, that's a huge deal. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and the electric energy of Brewers fans come together as the crew fights on for another postseason win. It all is going to happen 7 o'clock, Game 3 watch party live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Be there for the watch party. All right. I don't have nerves.
Yeah, you don't seem like you're. I'm just
more
antsy
nervous
looking
for
at
the
the
Cup
clock.
Series.
I think I was, because I think there was, like, now that, similar to what you said, for me, I knew that it would have felt great to get out of a series after how long it's been, but it also felt extra great because of the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think after the short turnaround, the chips that are dealt are the chips that are dealt, and now you kind of just got to roll with what Pat Murphy gives you. And like I have a confidence in this lineup and this team. And it's a new series. Like I feel fresh.
That's a guy that feels a sense of accomplishment because we made it to the NLCS.
Oh, so you think I'm not saying in the moment?
Well, listen. Last week, all you were talking about, I can't wait to 8:08. I can't wait to. He ain't said I can't wait to 7:08 all day today.
Well,
he ain't been counting down the time.
It did feel maybe it's the 5-game versus 7 too, because I feel like it's game 1 of 7. I feel like there's like a feeling out,
a longer series. Yeah, I just think it has to do with the fact that the Brewers hadn't gotten out haven't won a playoff series since 2018. Then you got Craig Counsell. Then you got the Chicago Cubs. It was hiding. At this point now, the NLCS and going against the Dodgers, I feel like a lot of us are like, okay, obviously, clearly, on paper, their roster looks better than ours. Financially, their roster is more well-paid than ours. But technically, based off what the results have been, the Brewers have been the better baseball team. So I just think you're a little bit more relaxed now because your waiting can kind of see the pressure of you got to
just getting out of the series. That's what I'm saying. I feel the relief of getting out of the series, but I think also you said I'm also fascinated to how this game flow plays out from a Game 5 on Saturday night, one day off, and then like it's just crazy. Like next thing I knew, the Dodgers were landing in Milwaukee. And the game is like literally, we get off the show. I pick my daughter up, and it's game time.
When did they landed yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah. Suckers. They thought they may be able to stay home.
Tell them.
Craig
Suckers.
Suckers. Craig talking about packing his bag to go to L.A. Pack your bag to go back to Chicago.
Should I take the dogs for a walk? He might just be in the neighborhood when I go around.
Craig
go around the neighborhood.
You know?
I was gonna say something. Craig might get me in trouble.
Well, let's not get you in trouble.
Homecoming. Y'all know what they do during homecoming week?
No.
Toilet paper?
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys that our house got mistaken?
You didn't talk about it on air.
I was gone. It was during our paternity leave. Yeah, our house got mistaken for a neighbor's house during homecoming.
So
week.
who had to pay to clean off the house?
Our neighborhood is awesome. They basically all came over and just because we have 3 kids running around, our neighbors felt so bad for us. There's like a coalition of neighbors that came and cleaned it all up.
Ain't no other neighborhood in the world.
Life being Brad Nortman.
Yeah, what a wild thing to hear.
They might be hating. I want to live around rich people. That's all I know. I want to be around the wealthy who look out for one another.
Brian Balaga joins us next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
And you're disrupting my flow.
No, your flow.
Dang nabbit.
Dang nabbit, I had a good flow.
Gee golly willikers.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All the antics.
Why the hell are we still doing encores? I go to the Killers, and they leave the stage. Oh, thank you, good night. Oh, I can't believe they didn't play Mr. Brightside.
All the action.
Yes, they've underachieved with Micah Parsons. The way they started out, I would take 3-1. This feels like a loss, more like 2-2. It's fine. There's no panic.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature.
Will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. It's October, and this is when the weather really starts to shift. The mornings are crisp, and the evenings are cooler. And right now, with Universal Windows Direct, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. Receive an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. Call 414-410-2000 or visit UniversalWindowsDirect.com to book your free estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
Coming into the game as 13.5-point underdogs, newly acquired quarterback Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals kept things close with the green and gold as they trailed 24-18 late in the fourth quarter. But a Jordan Love 31-yard completion to rookie Matthew Golden put the game away for a 27-18 win for the Packers. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
There's a lot of things that we have to clean up, but the bottom line in this league is you've got to find a way to win each and every game. And you do it one day at a time, one game at a time. And if you're focused on anything other than that, you're focused on the wrong stuff.
The Packers will gear up to head out west to take on the Arizona Cardinals next Sunday.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because you have a manly truck that you do manly things with, and you don't want the truck bed getting all beat up. You want Rhino Liner by Z-Bart to keep your truck bed man-proof. So man up and ask for Rhino Liner by Z-Bart.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of.
Joining us on Kyle Brust and Nortman is Brian Balaga, the Super Bowl champ for the Homer Hour. What's up, Brian?
Not much. How we doing?
Getting ready for game 1 of the NLCS.
Not much. That's right.
Wisconsin by 100 points. What do you mean, not much? The party should still be going on, or is Wisconsin so pathetic?
No, what should Brian party about?
Well, this is curious. Brian, how did you view
the greatest Iowa win over Wisconsin ever?
How do you view Wisconsin now? Because you played Wisconsin during some pretty good years. When you look at the program now, what do you think?
It's obviously a shell of itself. I mean, it's very. It's sad to see. I mean, it really is. I mean, it is sad to see.
I would probably say the same thing if Iowa was like this.
Yeah.
I would.
I mean,
I'd
100%.
love Iowa to be as bad as Wisconsin. What am I supposed to care about Iowa?
No, it's just more so like
they still got corn and tractors.
How does a rival view this school? I feel like it's an interesting perspective.
I want the rivalry.
It's not a rivalry.
Possible.
It's not a rivalry anymore. It's a stomping.
No, you want the Cubs to be good? You feel bad?
They have an interesting perspective on how bad the program is.
Yeah, I think this should be a cautionary tale of maybe love the one you're with, because Kirk Ferentz, I mean,
He ain't been. I mean, he's had some.
Not it's cheaper to keep her. Love the one you with.
Love the one you with because, Brian, you know that Kirk Ferentz has been a great coach for you all, but he had some moments where that seat was hot, especially when his son was the offensive coordinator, I think it was.
Yeah.
And so he had to make some tough decisions in order to save his job, but they kept with him and look at him. I'd rather be consistent Iowa, who ain't going to be playing for national championships, than to be this.
No one would choose this.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, the thing is, like, why I always respected Wisconsin is, especially when I played them, because the programs like mirrored each other, right? Like they were the same exact thing. I mean, you know, Bilma came from Wisconsin. Came from Iowa. So it was like the same thought process. Like it was the same offense, the same defense. You looked at each other. It was like you were playing each other, and the game meant a lot. There was a lot of intensity to it. They were close games for the most part every time. So like you watch these games, and the last 2 years, I mean, Iowa put up 42 points last year. Now it's 37-0 this year in Wisconsin. Like, I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it's sad. I mean, it really is sad. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it as a Hawkeye, obviously. I mean, it's, you know, I get to, well, because it's sad for you guys in the state of Wisconsin. It's sad.
Thank you for caring about us.
And I get to give.
Nice. He's a nice guy. Let him be a nice guy.
Yeah, Homer, don't ruin his kind heart.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to give Jesse. I like to give
the
Jesse
homer out with Mr. Rogers. Is that the way it should be?
Well, why the thing is, why would I want to really pour it on, right? I mean, because like the roles could be reversed, and it's just like, why do that? Why do that? There's no point to do that. Listen, it's bad right now over there.
What were
right?
you gonna say about Jesse though? That's important.
I love giving him a hard time because like he thinks like when Iowa loses a bowl game, it's like you guys can't even score a touchdown. Well, okay, bud. Like let's review the tape.
Yeah,
let's review the tape of what just happened here. So it's hard. It wasn't hard for me to watch, but it's hard for you guys to watch. It's just hard. I mean, Wisconsin is a prideful program. A lot of good football players have gone through there. I've gotten to play a lot against.
All right. Enough out of you.
Sympathy.
All right. I mean, it's gone too far.
He's patronizing you guys.
It was a fine conversation until he just, prideful guys, a lot of great. Yeah, we know. We know,
okay.
Brian.
Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, you have. I believe Coach Alvarez has a podcast with you guys, and he talks about the fans can't boo or don't come watch.
Oh, can't wait tonight. Listen to
6 to 7 on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Listen tonight. I know he's gonna be fired up. He better not be. He better not be talking about. Well, you got ain't no time. Because if Barry say no time, I'm gonna be walking up to Madison saying y'all need to get him off air.
Yeah,
oh wow!
Don't waste my time. Be honest.
This is the hardest show he's ever done in Madison.
He gonna have to be.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to be real.
No, he can't.
He can't.
No, it can't be real.
He can't be real.
What he's feeling versus what he'll say, I think, will be two different things.
Has to be.
Don't lie to me, Barry.
He
He's
basically
a legend here.
Handed off the athletic department to Mac. Mac is his guy. He's stamped Fickle and Mac as sort of predecessors.
They're killing his baby.
Brian, welcome to our therapy session.
Like, for real, bumps all that. You ain't gonna kill my baby. That's what they're doing.
Barry needs to call Brian. He'll feel a little better after.
Well, no, okay. Because what I would say is like, listen, no matter what way you look at it, I know. I mean, and I love Kirk Ferentz. I do. I think he's phenomenal. But if this was going on at Iowa, and Iowa was getting run out of the building like this against Wisconsin consistently, they would. There'd be no way.
He fired his son.
Yeah, it just wouldn't happen. It couldn't happen. You know what I mean? Like it just wouldn't. And like and Kirk has been there forever, and it's just there'd be no way. So like. That's what I'm saying. Like it wouldn't happen at Iowa that way. I mean, and that's you have to look at it from that perspective. I mean, look who just got canned at Penn State.
James Franklin, after going to a college football semifinal. Yeah. But I'm watching a team get routed by Iowa 37-0 after they lost 42-7, 42-10.
Excuse me, what was the final?
37-0.
It was not that close.
It was like 17-0 in the first quarter.
You know how they do dog years to human years? That's like 100-0 for Iowa, Wisconsin.
Yes.
It's a shame.
Yes.
It's a shame.
Yes.
Brian, what's your biggest takeaway from the Packer game? Because we only have a little short time left before the Homer Hour.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing I took away is like, a win's a win in this situation. And Homer and I kind of talked about it last week. He's like, what would be like the score that you would like walk away from? Like, that wasn't a good win. Like, well, I mean, it was a good enough win for me, right? Like, I mean, it was a 9-point game. Cincinnati surprisingly played well, right? Like defensively, they played well enough. Flacco got the ball somehow, some way to his 2 stud receivers, and they made plays. You play the games, and these NFL teams, regardless of who they are, they have pride. They're going to go play. A win's a win. Would I have liked to see Jacobs like get over 100 yards and like just rely on that? Yes. Like, I mean, I'm still waiting to see that part of this offense go because we haven't seen it yet. Like, I get he averaged, I think, like 5.5 or something like that a carry. But it still hasn't been to the point like where we're running him like 25 times a game. Like, we're getting ourselves in situations that we're at like 3rd and 7, and we're putting ourselves in bad situations and early down and distances that we can't run the ball. And that's why it seems like we're relying a lot on throwing the football. So, like, I really want to see Jacobs get involved way more.
Oh, Brian, I'm going to leave us all with this. Big Ten teams in conference play, points per game. 37.7 for Indiana. On the contrary, 18th in the Big Ten. 6.7 points.